Let's jump into a wild ride where spending $3 on a simple soda magically rewards you with a $70 million Lamborghini hypercar. Grabbing a cheap plate of grilled street noodles, boom, the system hooks you up instantly. Rewarded with $1 billion in pure cash. Grab a simple milk tea from a local cafe. Bam, you randomly score a massive skyscraper worth tens of billions. All thanks to a ruined date. He completely unlocks the ultimate spending system. Talk about insane luck. Arriving at the fancy restaurant before his seat even has time to get warm, he immediately hears the intensely annoying voice of his brand new blind date across the table. Let me be blunt about this blind date. If you meet my extremely high standards, I will marry you. He quietly glances at the obnoxious girl across the table. Barely hitting 5 feet tall, heavily caked in awful makeup, and sporting a revealing black dress that she completely falsely assumes makes her look absolutely gorgeous to everyone around her. Pure disaster. Who exactly arranged a date with this total clown, his very first setup too? Annoyed, he just sighs heavily and tells her to spit it out already. I absolutely refuse to lower my living standards. The woman proudly holds up her fingers obnoxiously, listing her wild demands. You must own a premium downtown apartment in Magic City. Otherwise, I lack future security. For a car, it does not need to be overly flashy or ridiculously fast. A casual ride worth over $1 million is totally fine. Oh, right. Are you at least 6 feet tall? Otherwise, we just will not work. She fires demands like a Gatling gun. Can you believe this garbage? Our guy is completely done. Is she seriously talking to a magic genie right now? Go ahead and enjoy those wild fantasies inside your dreams. Plus, both that luxury car and the massive house absolutely must have my name on the official deeds. We must eat $10,000 Western meals monthly, buy the newest designer bags, and take a massive trip around the entire world exactly once a year. Oh, and if you lack the cash, just make your parents prepare a $500,000 bride price. Honestly, I am barely asking for anything here. After dumping that insane laundry list of ridiculous demands, she gives him a nasty side eye. So what do you think? Nothing too crazy, right deal? He nods with a bright, friendly smile. But right as this gold digger thinks she hit the ultimate jackpot, his smile vanishes. He coldly drops a single brutal sentence. You are dreaming. You are absolutely pathetic. How dare you insult a literal princess, you absolute mega loser. He refuses to sit there for another painful second. Spending an extra minute with this delusional gold digger who lacks zero self-awareness is a total tragic waste of his highly precious youth. The woman aggressively flails her arms around, throwing a giant public tantrum. But seeing him head toward the restaurant checkout counter, her angry face finally relaxes. At least he has the decency to pay the bill. At the front desk, hello, sir. How exactly may I help you? The receptionist is super cute with a genuinely pleasant vibe. She speaks very softly, but she obviously overheard the entire train wreck of a date. That gold digger's completely insane speech. She looks at our guy with serious sympathy. 1 bottle of Coke. He smoothly tosses 3 small coins onto the counter. The sweet receptionist expected him to actually pay for that gold digger's meal, feeling totally indignant on his behalf. Buying just a Coke. I know what you are thinking, absolute legend behavior. The cute receptionist bursts out laughing because this petty move is just gloriously savage. Later, when that awful girl discovers he completely skipped paying her huge tab, her fake nose might actually twist right off her face from pure rage. Here you go, sir. Please take your Coke. Glancing at this tall and handsome guy, the cute receptionist girl instantly feels a sudden rush of real affection. He casually shakes the fresh Coke, takes a long sip, and deliberately lets out an incredibly loud, totally satisfying burp. Ding. Spend money to get rich system perfectly bound. The host successfully spent exactly $3 to purchase a simple bottle of cold Coke, rewarded with 1 Lamborghini Veneno valued at $70 million. He completely chokes, nearly spitting a massive mouthful of Coke right onto the deeply confused receptionist. What kind of broken system is this? He cannot suppress his wild excitement. A $70 million Veneno? Is it real or fake? He grabs the heavy key-shaped object that randomly materialized inside his jacket pocket. He abandons his fat boy water without taking another sip. He rapidly strides out of the restaurant. Immediately stepping outside, he spots a massive gathering of random people standing around the curb, letting out incredibly loud gasps of pure amazement. He clearly hears the crowd going crazy over a hypercar. His pulse skyrockets, mouth going dry. The previous annoyance from that horrible date is instantly chucked to the back of his distracted mind. Compared to an overpowered system and a hypercar, one failed date means literally nothing. Vroom. The aggressive, beastly roar of the supercar engine instantly echoes violently down the city block, terrifying the surrounding crowd into scrambling quickly backward. That beautiful Lamborghini Veneno is his. The surrounding crowd looks totally speechless. In Magic City, where land costs absolute fortunes, luxury vehicles worth millions are basically everywhere you look on the street. A legendary hypercar, trust me, we know that is incredibly rare. This is actually real. Stick with me here. He quietly pockets his new supercar keys, marveling at this epic system, when a super sweet voice suddenly calls out, "Arthur, is that actually you?" He turns around and spots a genuinely shocked face. It is a stunning, cheerful girl looking right at him. Wow, it really is her. Lily, the legendary class beauty from high school. Her grades were seriously always peak tier. He never expected their first big reunion 4 whole years after graduating from college would randomly happen in a place like this. Smiling wide, he waves back at the bright and incredibly charming girl. Seeing her snaps him out of his crazy jackpot system daydream. She smiles, saying it has been years and now he is casually out here driving an absolute beast of a hypercar. Lily stares in pure awe. He laughs, playing it cool. Her stream chat immediately goes wild. Holy cow, our favorite streamer actually knows a ridiculously wealthy guy from school. The chat is buzzing. Lily, if you date this legendary classmate, that would be totally epic. The chat cheers her on, joking if he is their new rich brother-in-law. One viewer asks, are those top-tier big-shot donors coming back tonight? Seeing this flex, those guys will probably turn green with envy. The live stream instantly explodes with pure hype. Lily quickly tells them to stop joking. We are just normal classmates. Lily blushes super hard at the comments. Wow, a super rich kid and this absolute beauty are childhood friends. What a perfect match. The crowd nearby watches this movie like reunion, feeling incredibly jealous. But right as everyone is soaking in the good vibes, watch closely now. A heavy door suddenly smashes wide open. A heavily made-up woman storms out of the restaurant looking completely furious. Hey, you ultimate loser. You are an absolute jerk. You literally ran off halfway through our blind date without paying for the meal. Are you even a real man? Mid-rant, she completely freezes, staring wide-eyed at the stunning sports car parked directly in front of her. She thinks she hit the ultimate jackpot, deciding she absolutely must ride in that luxury car today. Lily steps up. Who are you and why are you insulting my Arthur? Seeing this woman acting incredibly shameless and cursing out her idol the second they reunite, Lily feels totally fired up and protective inside. Oh, where did this brat come from? Daring to talk back to me. Realizing that Lily is actually stunningly gorgeous, Jane rolls her eyes with obvious jealousy, waving her hand in complete dismissal. But I am in a fantastic mood today, so I will not even argue. Actually, out of the pure kindness of my heart, let me give you a little tip. Do not catch feelings for the massive loser standing right there. If a girl does not marry a truly wealthy man, she will just end up regretting it forever. You and I both heard that, right? A guy driving a Lamborghini Veneno called a scrub. Absolutely wild. Yeah, she clearly has not checked a mirror, looking like a total mess. The surrounding crowd is absolutely shocked by her ridiculously arrogant statement. Her brain has clearly short-circuited completely. Jane just sneers, acting like everyone around her is just a clueless peasant. Lily clenches her teeth, trying to keep her cool. Her classy upbringing stops her from screaming curses right there in the street. She thinks, forget it. There is no need to give this woman any attention. She is just totally ruined by toxic internet advice. Anyway, I actually have not eaten my dinner yet. Let us go. I have not seen you in years, so it is my treat. He waves his hand casually, popping open the epic gull-wing door of the Lamborghini Veneno. Really? Is that okay? Lily feels super shy. He smiles, saying cars are meant to be driven, so get in. He waves his hand warmly, ushering her inside. Okay then, I will not hold back, Arthur. Lily nods enthusiastically and happily slides into the passenger seat. But since I got to ride in this awesome car, I am definitely paying for food. He laughs, saying no way. He absolutely stomps the gas pedal. The thunderous roar of the hypercar tearing down the street echoes loudly across the entire city block. A moment later, he steps out with Lily and they casually walk right up to a humble little grilled cold noodle street stall. Back in college, he studied software, landing a tough programmer job, a profession famous for causing early baldness. He has not even gotten his first intern paycheck yet. Despite being rewarded with a multi-million-dollar hypercar, his actual pockets are literally totally empty right now. If he actually had to treat Lily to a super fancy luxury meal, he honestly could not even afford to buy the appetizer. Just as he is about to apologize for the super humble street food, her live stream comments suddenly explode. Stream chat goes wild. Wow, a mega rich boss just has a totally different vibe. Actually coming down to earth to eat street food. The chat asks, is this what a truly approachable billionaire kid is really like in person? Plus, he is so handsome, we love it. Someone types, hey, you guys clearly do not care about those noodles. Your focus is obviously on him driving that Lamborghini with one hand. It is super rare for the viewer count in Lily's broadcast to surge this fast. Honestly, Lily is super reluctant to turn off the stream right now. After all, she just graduated and is seriously running tight on cash. Earning extra tips is great. Trust me, you and I will love where this wild night goes. Let's dive into a wild story today. Arthur ignores the chat. He shakes his head totally unfazed. It is a live stream. Netizens just love causing drama anyway. He ignores them completely and shouts right at the street food boss. Boss, give me 2 massive servings of grilled cold noodles with everything, plus 1 with extra sweet and sour sauce. I cannot believe you remembered I love sweet and sour sauce, Arthur. Lily looks completely touched. So you also like sweet and sour sauce? He scratches his head, laughs out loud, and adds, then make both servings with extra sugar and vinegar. Lily has absolutely no idea whether to laugh or cry. Turns out she was just being way too romantic for nothing. Here are your 2 massive servings of grilled cold noodles. The boss hands the piping hot food over. Then ding. Host spent $20 on noodles. Rewarded with $1 billion in cash, holy mother of absolute wealth. The hand holding those noodles shakes like crazy. Having a Lamborghini was already an insane flex. But buying cheap street food, dropping $1 billion in pure cash, this insane system is sending him to the moon. You eat first. He frantically yanks out his phone, seeing that massive 10-digit balance sitting perfectly inside his banking app. He is completely overjoyed. It is actually real, 1 billion size. For a normal guy, 10 hypercars cannot bring half the security and pure satisfaction as 1 billion in liquid cash. He laughs. I am in a totally fantastic mood today. After finishing these noodles, I will treat you to milk tea, he declares with absolute heroism. Now backed by a giant mountain of cash and a luxury ride, he finally knows getting rich just requires literally spending money. Pay attention here. Time to find dumb reasons to spend more. After crushing that massive portion of noodles with extra sweet and sour sauce, he directly takes Lily straight into a nearby high-end milk tea shop. Based on his last experience, spending more cash equals bigger rewards. He really needs to test out this crazy theory immediately. Arthur, you paid for the food, I must pay for our drinks. I cannot let you spend money constantly, Lily says shyly. If you really want to treat me, buy me a huge meal in a few days. Hit me up on WeChat anytime. He smiles slightly. Since he just unlocked this spend-to-get-rich system, should he not hurry up and drop cash just for that pure dopamine rush? The shop owner is super perceptive. Seeing this absolutely perfect couple walk in, she directly recommends the latest midsummer special called Childhood Sweethearts. Yo, even a broke intern scrub like you has a gorgeous girlfriend. What an absolute waste of perfect heavenly gifts. Right as he taps his phone to pay the bill, a super sarcastic voice suddenly sneers from behind. Huh, he turns his head around. Behind him stands a guy with glasses looking exactly like a total creep, in human clothes tightly gripping a heavily made-up woman's waist. Standing right behind him, he is unfortunately super familiar with this specific jerk. You know the type, right, Justin? His company's awful team leader. He grabbed a petty management role through pure nepotism, marching around the office, using his tiny sliver of power like some absolute royal decree every single day. He caused endless trouble with his daily insults before. He definitely never expected to actually bump into this annoying guy right here today. You have not even received your intern salary for this month yet, have you? Not a single penny to your name, and you dare to come out here imitating rich guys trying to pick up pretty girls? Justin tightens his gross grip on the woman's waist, causing her to fake a high giggle and act coy for his ego. His jealous bullying actually has a reason. All the cute intern girls he originally kept his creepy eyes on actually admired Arthur instead because he is genuinely handsome. They never even give him the time of day. So pathetic. These naive little brats have not faced the real world yet, entering society without understanding the absolute beauty of raw power and serious money. The handsome guy they all admire so much. I easily used office politics this month to completely crush him into the dirt. Originally, his petty little heart felt a super sick sense of accomplishment about it. But now seeing Arthur actually hook up with a stunning beauty 100 times prettier than those intern girls, this makes his toxic jealousy burn hotter than absolutely ever before. He immediately steps up for drama. What did he just order? Childhood sweethearts, right? Today I am buying every single cup of that milk tea in your entire shop. High-end drinks are not cheap, especially in Magic City. Buying the entire daily stock of one flavor means at least 100 expensive cups, several $1,000s. Justin acts so incredibly handsome. His financial flex is beyond what those broke intern girls can ever comprehend. The glamorous woman beside him just keeps flattering him non-stop. Lily looks stressed out. But trust me, you will love how the live chat explodes next. The chat is going absolutely wild. Why is our guy acting so incredibly arrogant, literally flexing right in front of a billionaire boss? Is his brain completely broken? Exactly. Throwing around a few $1,000s and acting like he rules the entire world. You and I are about to witness something hilarious. The whole chat is just waiting for this rich boss to humiliate him. But our guy has the get-rich system now. His entire mindset is completely different from before. There are plenty of ways to get revenge. He obviously won't stoop to a screaming match with absolute human garbage. A tiny hint of a cold, mocking smile slowly curls up right at the corner of his mouth. He casually turns around and boldly tells the shop owner, "I will buy every single milk tea here." What, is he completely out of his mind? Can he even afford that? Justin is completely dumbfounded. How dare this kid talk back? But after thinking for a second, he just sneers. He assumes our guy is forcing himself to buy it all just to save face. Talking big but unable to pay. He thinks our guy is about to make a massive fool of himself in front of the girl. Absolute scrub behavior. Arthur, why do not we just forget about it? Lily hastily tries to warn him. He just smiles, shakes his head, whips out a bank card and says, "Boss lady, swipe the card. Young man, my daily sales reach nearly 100,000. Even with a 20% bulk discount, it is still $80,000. The owner repeatedly tries to talk him out of it. Let us just drop it. Going totally broke over a sudden impulse is not worth it. She can tell his outfit is cheap. Just a broke intern who recently entered the real world. He definitely cannot afford this. Now watch closely because this gets wild. He is shocked by the discount. With his system, spending more money means getting way better rewards. If he takes a discount, would not, he lose a massive chunk of reward money. He absolutely refuses to accept any discount. The chat is laughing. Ha, this guy is a true divine rich boss. Getting a shopping discount feels like a literal personal insult to him. This system is just too incredibly awesome. Holy crap, this kid actually swiped the card. Justin is completely flabbergasted. A lowly, pathetic intern. Where did he get so much cash? I must be dreaming. He shakes his head, completely unable to believe it, feeling a burning phantom pain right on his face. The owner smiles bitterly and finally swipes the card. Beep, transaction approved. All the ingredients in the shop today are his. We are only making drinks for you now. He casually points a finger at Justin. Except for these two absolute clowns, give my drinks to anyone else for free. He essentially just dropped $100,000 to buy the operating rights of the entire milk tea shop for a single day. The entire shop is his now. If he says do not serve these two pieces of work, then nobody serves them. Ding. System detected that the host spent $100,000 to buy the milk tea shop operating rights for one day. Rewarded with the property deeds to the entire Magic City Empire Commercial Building. The Empire Commercial Building is not the exact skyscraper where his intern company is located. Let that sink in for a second. A playful look fills his eyes. He just spent 100 grand on a tiny milk tea shop. And the system rewarded him the property rights to the entire freaking Empire Commercial skyscraper. He totally did not expect that the company he interned for is renting space in his newly acquired building. Are you openly opposing me right now? Justin is completely and utterly furious. Opposing? Is he even worthy of that word? Our guy shakes his head and laughs completely, ignoring Justin's pathetic anger from now on. He is now a super big shot with $1 billion in cash, a top-tier hypercar, and a massive commercial skyscraper. A mere insect like Justin? Realistically, he is not even worthy of carrying his shoes. Let me tell you, you are totally finished. Tomorrow at work, I will directly have my brother-in-law fire your sorry butt. Although Justin has some decent savings, suddenly pulling out over $100,000 just to protect his fragile ego, he cannot afford it. So he lost the wallet battle but refuses to lose the attitude. No way, Justin. The milk tea here is the absolute best. I want to drink this one. You cannot actually beat a broke intern kid, can you? His date whines loudly in total and utter disappointment. Justin is so unbelievably angry he could literally explode. Why cannot this stupid woman read the room? Does she really have to force him to spend over $100,000? Why did he even bring such a brainless liability on a date? Here is your milk tea. Please take it. The owner looks at Justin's deflated red face and is secretly feeling extremely happy about this. So what do you and I take from all this? Sure, dropping over $100,000 out of anger is wild, but watching him crush this bully, absolutely satisfying. Still standing here like a total idiot. If you stand here until tomorrow, there might just be a leftover cup for you. You just shrug confidently. Stick with me here. You grab that premium milk tea, happily walking out alongside Lily, totally ignoring a pale-faced Justin shaking with absolute rage and his girlfriend who just keeps loudly whining and crying nonstop. Arthur, if my brother-in-law doesn't get you fired tomorrow morning, I will gladly take your surname and call you Daddy. He roars like a maniac by the door. Your footsteps pause for a second. Forget it. I do not want an ugly, ungrateful son like you anyway. It's not worth making your new father pass out from sheer anger. The hypercar starts up with a massive roar. Lily laughs so hard she doubles over in the passenger seat. Arthur, you are seriously way too amazing. Did you see that beast in a suit? He was so mad he almost smashed his phone. Just getting by. You smile faintly. The real epic show starts tomorrow. By the way, Arthur, that guy seems to have some serious power in your company management. Is he actually going to cause bad trouble for you tomorrow? Lily feels a little worried about your career. You simply pat the carbon fiber steering wheel of your hypercar. The message is super clear. Oh, right. Arthur is an absolute divine billionaire boss now. Justin should be the one terrified of trouble. Lily smiles sweetly, finally relaxing. All right, it's getting late. Let's get you home safely first. You smile warmly and slam the gas pedal. That heart-pounding roar of the hypercar tearing up the street explodes again. Like a sleek shadow in the dark night, it weaves effortlessly through the bustling neon streets of Magic City. A quick moment later, you arrive at the Fuhua residential area. Even though Lily is just a small-time streamer, having a few top-tier big-shot supporters means she still receives quite a lot of gift shares every single month. At least the apartment she rents is a much higher-class building than yours. I will get going then. Arthur, if you have time, I will definitely treat you to a huge meal in return. Lily raises her phone, signaling you should message her on WeChat. After dropping Lily off safely, you drive the supercar straight back to that rundown residential area where you are currently renting a tiny room. Auntie Mary, I just transferred this month's rent to you. After entering the cramped room, you transfer the back rent you owed. Your spine straightens up proudly. Finally debt-free. Huh, did you strike it rich somewhere, my boy? Auntie Mary stares at her phone's WeChat transfer notification in absolute astonishment. Not only did you clear the rent for the past few months, there is even a hefty surplus tipped in. Auntie Mary, you took really good care of me these past few hard months. This is exactly what I should do. Watch closely, here's where it gets crazy. You just smile. Ding! The system detected you spent $5,000 on rent. Rewarded with a top-tier mountaintop mansion in the Yunding Villa area of Magic City worth $880 million. The property deed and all other related luxury documents have been securely added to your portable system space. Your heart seriously does a massive backflip. But after getting totally blown away by the Lamborghini Vinos, $1 billion in raw cash, and even a commercial skyscraper, you already have some psychological defense built up against this sudden heavenly windfall of a mega mansion. Opening the portable space provided by the system besides the fresh property deed for the villa, there are many completely stacked legal documents, including the ones the system did not verbally mention before, like the massive property deed for the Empire Commercial Building, and more. Probably because there are way too many related documents for an entire commercial skyscraper. The system AI simply omitted reading them all aloud, so for a brief moment you do not lose your composure and keep a straight face. Ha ha, my daughter fancies you so much. It is only right I care for my future son-in-law. We both know what she's thinking here. Wait, are you seriously planning to move out? Auntie Mary asks with sudden uncertainty in her heart. Yes, indeed, Auntie Mary. Now that you possess the ultimate get-rich system, you originally wanted to go house hunting to buy yourself a top-tier modern luxury apartment. Anyway, you totally did not expect that just by paying your basic rent, the system actually directly rewarded you with a god-tier grand villa in Yunding. Compared to this level of an ultra villa, a top-tier luxury apartment is basically just a peasant's hut. Auntie Mary instantly feels a bit anxious. "Young man, aren't you living quite well here? If you move out, Lucy will probably come crying and question me." You scratch your head awkwardly. Now that you own a super grand villa, you obviously cannot keep living in this tiny, rundown little space. But Auntie Mary indeed took really great care of you these past days. Otherwise, you wouldn't have transferred so much extra rent to her as a thank you. Auntie Mary looks at you very closely. She is actually quite satisfied with this young man. As a seasoned landlady with 3 or 4 houses in Magic City under her family's name, she considers herself not short of cash. She just wants to find a son-in-law who is genuinely good to her daughter, and that is enough. So what do we take from this handsome, tall, driven, and in software? Perfect son-in-law material, right? Stick with me here. Your future looks super promising, and my daughter is very fond of you. You must have finally gotten your first big paycheck and want to upgrade to a better apartment now. How about this place? My family actually owns another really good apartment building right in the high-end Fufu residential area. A tenant happens to be moving out tomorrow morning. You can absolutely live there. Plus, I will give you a massive 30% discount. Just pay $3,000 a month. Auntie Mary's super kind words really touch your heart. That Fufu residential area is a totally premium high-end building. Market rent over there is at least $5,000. Charging you only $3,000 means she is really taking a loss just to keep you around. No, Auntie Mary. I'd feel terrible taking advantage like that. I actually just bought my own place right here in Magic City. I only came back today to pack up some very important personal items. You casually drop the massive bomb, buy a house. Auntie Mary is entirely stunned because she knows your financial conditions perfectly well. Otherwise, you wouldn't be squeezed into her cheap chinoise residential area. She knows all too well how astronomically high the housing prices in Magic City truly are. A basic tiny apartment costs several million at the bare minimum. Where does a fresh young intern suddenly get so much money to buy real estate? The moving company coming to pack up this room will be arriving here soon. I'll just have them send everything straight to Villa number 1 at the peak of the Yunding Villa area. You laugh casually. What's wrong, Auntie Mary? Is there any problem? Seeing Auntie Mary's highly suspicious, wide-eyed gaze, you suddenly feel a burst of slight guilt for completely shocking her. Child, were you struck in the head by someone at that internship company? Why are you suddenly starting to have such severe delusions today? Auntie Mary stares at her precious future son-in-law with some deeply genuine heartache. After reaching out and touching your forehead to check for a fever, she mutters doubtfully, "No fever at all. Oh no, the poor boy has definitely gone silly from stress." You smile bitterly and helplessly. You can only pull out the exclusive ultra-premium identity card for the luxurious Yunding Villa area. This fancy box cannot be faked, right? The room access cards for the Yunding Villa area are supreme magnetic cards heavily inlaid with sparkling real gold and extremely premium jadeite. Now pay close attention here. Materials alone are worth millions. It simply cannot be replicated or faked by anyone. Even Auntie Mary, who proudly owns several nice houses in Magic City, starts trembling while taking this heavy room card. Her hands are absolutely shaking uncontrollably. This is the legendary Yunding Villa area. Compared to the top-tier elites living inside those grand gates, she feels exactly like a lowly street beggar. She stares at you and instantly imagines countless dramatic novel plots inside her head. Could he actually be a super-rich second-generation heir who secretly came out to the slums just to experience a totally normal, humble life? Now that his 3-year poverty test is finally over, is he suddenly going to inherit a massive trillion-dollar family fortune? Or maybe he fell in love with Lucy at first sight, deliberately hiding his true billionaire identity to live in this dump just to get closer to her precious daughter. By the time Auntie Mary finally snaps out of her wild daydreams and comes back to her senses, she realizes you have already completely slipped away. Wow. This kid really hides his deeply unfathomable depths. Wait, I must contact Lucy right away. A super rich golden ticket son-in-law like this absolutely cannot be missed by my Lucy. You and I both love an epic entrance. Meanwhile, his Lamborghini Veneno speeds down the highway, causing gasps and attracting massive attention everywhere. Finally, that beastly sports car stops right in front of the ultra-exclusive Yunding Mountain Villa area entrance gates. What is the situation here? You stare at the grand entrance of the villa area. A massive line of stunning ladies stands in formation. Oh my, it is the legendary Black Silk Beauty Group from the villa area's elite property management team. Are you the highly esteemed Mr. Arthur? The head security guard next to them respectfully asks, bowing deeply. Yes, it is me. You are still slightly unclear about this entirely grand situation. Massive congratulations on purchasing the undisputed king of all estates here, Yunding Villa Number 1. Our prestigious Yunding Property Management Company organized this grand welcome ceremony just to bring you the ultimate experience of an emperor happily returning to his palace. Standing polite and incredibly refined right beside the guard, the stunning leader of the Black Silk Beauty Group with her outstanding temperament respectfully explains. Meanwhile, you are totally surrounded by the fragrant Black Silk Beauty Group, slowly familiarizing yourself with the ridiculously ultra-luxurious environment inside the Yunding Villa area. Over here is Yunding Villa Number 1, the absolute king villa itself. The gorgeous beauty group leader Monica Yumo possesses an amazingly outstanding, truly elegant temperament. She confidently walks her gorgeous figure, brushing your arm, making your heart entirely restless. Trust me, you and I both know this luxurious new life is totally epic. Let's dive in. Is this what being a mega-rich boss really feels like? Our MC feels incredibly satisfied. Since the management brings this premium service straight to him, he definitely won't turn it down. Dropping his old broke mindset, he just kicks back and fully enjoys this incredibly soft, high-class VIP treatment. Soon enough, Monica guides our guy through every single massive corner of this beautiful house. Stopping at the master bedroom door, she looks at him with a blushing face. This is my private WeChat. The company specifically assigned me to take complete care of your daily life. I am your own personal community consultant. If you need absolutely anything, no matter how late, I will personally come right to your door to help. Monica stares at him with watery, incredibly suggestive eyes. She says those words extremely clearly, leaving zero room for any confusion at all. He totally gets it. He nods, sending the gorgeous Monica away for now. Then he happily flops onto the 8-figure designer sofa, casually browsing his brand new phone. His WeChat suddenly pings. He sees the contact name is Lucy Lu Qian. His expression instantly changes. Lucy is Aunt Mary's lovely daughter. Ever since he moved to that cheap apartment, she has aggressively chased him. Basically, she is absolutely crazy about him. Arthur, why did you move so suddenly? Didn't we agree you would move to my mom's fancy residential building if you were unhappy with that room? You really broke your promise. Wah, wah, wah! Lucy sends a pitiful crying emoji, making our MC scratch his head in pure amusement. I just bought a house. I cannot just leave a brand new place completely empty, right? He has to be honest. You bought a house? My mom just called saying you bought Villa Number 1 in the Yunding Villa area. I thought she was joking. Now pay attention here. Is this true, Arthur? Are you actually a hidden, super rich heir? Could it be that, Arthur, you liked me all along and living in those slums for months was just a big test to inspect my true character? I am so incredibly touched. I will ask my professor for time off and book a flight to see you immediately. I am going to pin you down on your new bed so you can never leave. Looking at this rapid-fire series of wild messages, our MC honestly does not know whether to laugh or cry. When a girl likes you, even calling her a pig makes her think you are being cute. So it is a proven truth that a hopeless romantic should never ever try living like a monk. Then I will wait for you. He casually replies to her message and then totally ignores her. Lucy just flew back to the US recently to deliver a massive research report at a top Ivy League university. How could she drop everything and return just like that? Of course, she is just joking around. Then it is a deal. Meanwhile, over in the US, Lucy's normally glamorous and cold academic face is filled with deep shyness. This is the very first time Arthur has hinted back so clearly. I am ridiculously happy. She looks down incredibly confident in her flawless looks and perfect figure. As long as he gives her even one tiny chance, she is absolutely confident she can make him stay and completely fall head over heels for her. I am sending an email to my advisor for emergency leave right now. I should also book that first-class flight ticket immediately. You and I know what she's thinking, right? Meanwhile, our MC opens a certain short video app and clicks into Lily's live broadcast room. She spent all day accompanied by the divine rich boss, Arthur, witnessing the epic face-slapping of that gold digger with her own eyes, eating cheap street stall noodles with a guy driving a Veneno and directly booking an entire milk tea shop. These events are vastly more exciting than any scripted drama. Lily directly gained 20 to 30,000 new followers in hours. Right now, the huge flood of new viewers in her live broadcast room are completely spamming Lily with endless questions about our MC stream chat. Lily, what is your actual relationship with that divine rich boss from today's stream chat? He actually drives a $70 million Lamborghini Veneno. Stream chat. Yeah. That 70 million hypercar street stall video is going massively viral right now. Stream chat. Which hidden mega tycoon's rich second-generation heir is this? I desperately want his WeChat contact. I look super pretty dressed as a woman, I swear. Stream chat back off. The divine rich boss Arthur is all mine. Lily watches the rapidly scrolling bullet comments, feeling pretty happy about the clout, but also a bit jealous of their wild thirst. But reading through these crazy bullet comments, she is genuinely shocked. So what do you and I take from this? She knew his sports car was extremely expensive today, but a world-class hypercar? Absolutely wild, right? Stick with me here, 70 million is simply an absolutely absurd amount of money. Normal people only ever wish for a 5 million lottery win. System notification suddenly pops up. Huge congrats to Big's bro Howie for dropping 99 helicopters. Stream chat screams he is here. The main event finally begins. Chat knows Howie is always Lily's most toxic top digital supporter. He is obsessed over Lily forever. But suddenly he sees the entire stream chat endlessly spamming about divine rich boss Arthur. His anger is definitely spiking his blood pressure straight through the roof. Meanwhile, Lily acts slightly stunned and very annoyed. Why is this incredibly annoying dude back again? Her heart is already completely captivated by you. She holds absolutely zero affection for Big Bro Howie. But the more she ignores him, the more aggressively he continues spamming those expensive gifts. He acts exactly like a financial masochist. She cannot fathom his crazy logic. Meanwhile, inside a flashy villa over in Magic City, Big Bro Howard sits aggressively upon his fancy, genuine leather sofa. His exhausted, heavily bagged eyes intensely glow as he obsessively stares at Lily on the screen. Such fresh, beautifully pure innocence is incredibly rare to find, even with his extremely shady and sleazy past experiences. He frantically drops insanely expensive digital gifts every single day, desperately hoping pure financial force shatters her boundaries. Yet the second he arrogantly enters the live stream room today, absolutely nobody is even talking about his grand arrival. Instead of praising the local tyrant, they only hype some nonsense divine rich boss Arthur. Right as he prepares to furiously scream out loud asking who this totally fake boss Arthur actually is, now watch this closely. A level 1 account named Divine Rich Boss. Arthur enters, making the entire live broadcast room instantly go absolutely crazy. Realizing this newcomer is you, Lily instantly gets stars shining in her eyes. Welcome, Arthur. Hearing this, local tyrant Howie sits angrily upon his sofa, his face turning completely red. I gifted you thousands of dollars, yet you basically ignore me. Meanwhile, this completely pathetic level 1 scrub account does absolutely nothing, yet you sweetly call him by his first name with so much undeniable joy. Fierce jealousy completely twists Howard's face into a sneer. You random country bumpkin popping out of absolute nowhere. Watch me utterly crush your pathetic hype using a massive mountain of gifts. System alert. Huge congrats to Big Bro Howie for sending 1 carnival. A massive global announcement echoes exactly while everyone furiously questions if this level 1 account truly is the divine boss. Flashy carnival special effects instantly cover the entire screen. Stream chat reacts. Wow, Howie is insanely generous. The boss is flexing. The entire live room begins a massive wave of praise. Good evening, Lily. However, you completely ignore those flashy effects, casually sending a very simple text greeting instead. Stream chat goes wild, boss. Arthur is actually casually chatting with the streamer. Chat screams. First time getting close to a divine boss. I might literally faint. Someone else asks, does boss Arthur need any cute female companions right now? I look incredibly pretty dressed as a girl, meow. Ugh, it is you again, disgusting guy. Get out, stop trying to steal our male god's attention. One single basic text from you completely destroys the flashy momentum of Howard's expensive digital carnival, instantly shifting the entire focus of the broadcast directly back onto you. Absolutely wild. You and I both know Howard is totally speechless. How does one simple casual text beat his ridiculously expensive paid carnival? What exactly is this guy's terrifying background? Howard certainly isn't completely stupid here. He suddenly realizes this newcomer might truly be a formidable opponent. This Arthur guy is acting pretty darn cocky, huh? Dare to compete with real cash, Howie boldly issues a massive public challenge. The stream chat immediately calls out his raging jealousy. The chat erupts, wondering who actually holds more wealth between these two. An epic digital battle of the divine rich bosses is officially about to kick off. Grab your popcorn. The fans are all gleefully watching this intense excitement, absolutely thrilled to see this digital drama escalate. With viewers sarcastically hyping the clash, you slowly sip fancy Roman Chianti wine inside your huge new villa. A hint of a cold, amused smile slowly crosses the corner of your mouth. You are literally just stressing about having nowhere to spend your unlimited system cash. Now a hilarious wallet war knocks directly upon your digital front door. What is one measly carnival? That single sip of fancy wine you casually drank is probably worth dozens of digital carnivals anyway. Plus, you can easily help your old classmate Lily earn huge amounts of gift money during this clash. Time to oblige. Simply typing out 2 highly confident words creates an absolute frenzy inside the live stream. Chat goes wild. Divine rich boss. Arthur is truly a top-tier legend. His words are so effortlessly concise. The epic battle is officially on right now. Trust me, you and I are absolutely ready. The epic show begins and Howie excitedly sits straight up. Stick with me, you and I are about to watch an epic showdown. Howard never loses, frantically typing his highly arrogant declarations of war. He wants zero fancy tricks today. Just simple and brutal tactics. He is only sending the most expensive carnival. Let us see who has more cash. Just do not run away crying like a huge baby later. You just smile faintly and type back, ready to play along. Holy wow. The nerve. Howard is already flushing completely red with pure anger. At this point, he totally loses his mind. He immediately boosts the carnival gift amount straight to 10. Tap, 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 tap. His fingers click frantically. Instantly, 100 carnivals launch in a massive digital wave. Holy freaking wow. 100 carnivals. Howie is wild. Each one costs almost $3,000. Sending 100 means a massive 300,000. Dropping someone's entire life savings in a few short seconds leaves absolutely everyone in the live broadcast room feeling incredibly shocked and envious. How about that? I will make sure you cannot even match my very first attack. A kid daring to compare real money with me. How much allowance can your dad possibly give you? Rich guy Howie absolutely refuses to believe you have real funds. Even if you do, it is strictly capped by your daddy's credit card. You just shake your head and smile. Calmly setting the carnival amount to 100, you click once, then toss in one more. 101 carnivals, beating the local tyrant by exactly one single gift. Boss Arthur's counter is way too savage. 666. Lily watches the massive special effects endlessly exploding across her screen with absolute wide-eyed amazement. In just the blink of an eye, almost $500,000 floats by. She has zero interest in entertaining Howard at all. But you are her absolute hero. How can she let her hero drop so much cash on a silly internet beef? She whispers softly into the mic. Can we just drop this, Arthur? No way, I will wreck you. Right now, Howard is completely blinded by fury, humiliating me in public by adding just one single gift. I will show you Grandpa Howard's absolute true financial power. After typing that he aggressively recharges millions of application coins into his account using a black card, the stream chat erupts. I just came from another channel specifically here to watch this insane live broadcast billionaire battle. Stream chat goes crazy. Does anyone know the lore? Someone explain, please. This clash of divine rich bosses instantly pushes the heat of the live broadcast room to an insane peak of over 1 million concurrent viewers. Now pay attention here, because this is exactly where the craziest digital showdown you and I have ever seen begins. The heat of the broadcast room hits the front page trending list, astonishingly skyrocketing past a staggering 2 million eager live viewers. Countless fans frantically smash that like button, practically begging for this local tyrant carnival battle to get even crazier. You are way too green to show off here. Howard stares at his huge, newly recharged stack of coins brimming with an insanely toxic confidence. Here is another 100 carnivals. Let us see if that crushes you. You simply raise an eyebrow and calmly send exactly 101 carnivals. Every single time you intentionally suppress him by one. At this exact moment, local tyrant Howard turns purple. Even though he loaded hundreds of thousands, keeping up this pace means his liquid funds will completely vanish in 2 waves. You look like a total bottomless pit. No matter how wildly he spends, you effortlessly beat him. Gulp. He is suddenly getting a little scared now. Wait, this is not right. Am I getting tricked by an agency? Howard hesitates hard, nervously pacing around his huge living room for a really long time. He finally grits his teeth and types furiously. Whatever. I do not freaking believe this. I have lived over 30 years and my bank account is getting heavily beaten by some brat. After typing that, he unloads all his remaining coins at once. System notification chimes. Congratulations to Big Bro Howie for sending 199 carnivals. Wow. Holy crap. He is really pushing it. He is going all in. Can Boss Arthur keep up? 199 carnivals is nearly 500,000 bucks. Stream chat explodes. That is huge. So showy. If only I was that incredibly rich. This utterly desperate wave of carnivals instantly pushes the room's chaotic atmosphere to maximum overdrive. You and I are practically holding our breath right now. You casually, almost sleepily tap out an insane 999 carnivals. Then you literally toss your phone onto the sofa, knowing mathematically that Howard has completely and utterly collapsed. It is absolutely impossible for him to send anymore without going completely broke. The exact second they see 999 carnivals floating across, everyone is totally dumbfounded. 2 million screaming people in the live broadcast instantly fall entirely silent. Lily simply covers her mouth, too shocked to even speak. 999 carnivals is just astronomical, and that is where we leave it. Trust me, nobody will ever forget this absolute madness. Stick with me here, this is wild. Is he a literal god of wealth? One single finger snap and 2.5 million cash instantly vanishes. Howard sits totally paralyzed on his leather sofa, absolutely giving up. He sighs heavily. He really kicked a solid titanium wall today. He silently and shamefully closes the app, covering his face in pure defeat. Too scared to face anyone after mocking the absolute legend. 10 minutes later, his face is slapped. Smack, 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 the chat goes crazy. Why did Howie suddenly misfire? Absolute silence for a long time. The chat laughs. He ran away crying ages ago. Ultimately, this epic boss battle officially ends with your insane nuke of 999 carnivals. And tonight, the legendary boss Arthur officially skyrockets straight to the absolute top of the global trending list on the app. Overnight, your level 1 account shatters 5 million followers, completely crushing Lily herself. You just stare at that massive surging follower count. You can't help but dramatically sigh. It is so lonely being this unbelievably invincible. Honestly, it is also pretty flashy. Countless girls take the initiative to flood your private messages with spicy photos, then frantically send endless thirsty voice notes just trying to grab your absolute attention. You honestly start wondering if your IP address got leaked. So scary. After the stream ends, Lily frantically messages you on WeChat. I am really sorry for troubling you today, Arthur. Should I return all of the money you sent? You tipped way too much. She seriously cannot accept this massive gift without feeling guilty. She never wants you thinking she is a gold digger like Jane. Hey, stop talking this total nonsense. Didn't you promise to treat me to a nice meal? Just use the funds to cover our epic dinner date. After casually hitting send, you lazily wander back into the massive villa bedroom. That premium alcohol is definitely starting to slowly spin your head. You fall into a wonderful deep sleep, perfectly ending a truly glorious day of flexing. Early the very next morning, the wine's afterglow is surprisingly strong, yet you feel completely energized and unbelievably comfortable after waking up. Zero headache today. Maybe this is the true actual magic of the legendary Supreme King of red wine, Roman Key. Oh, wait a second. Now pay attention. Tipping that much cash. We know a massive system reward is coming. Getting totally drunk on wine that costs tens of thousands per sip made you miss the system notification sound. But hold on, you suddenly remember. You quickly slap your forehead perfectly, recalling that sweet system reward chime from your deep dreams. Ding detected 2.68 million spent on live stream tips. Special reward triggered absolute mastery of national martial arts. Wait, is my head fine? Not because the wine was great, but because my actual physical fitness just magically skyrocketed to superhuman levels. You instantly leap right out of bed feeling completely weightless, just like a swift swallow. Almost crashing into the 14-foot-high ceiling, you honestly do not even need to test your agility now. Casually jumping straight up clears 12 feet, the world record barely touches 10. This is already so far beyond the limits of normal human physics. This wild energy means you would not even feel tired after battling for 7 straight days and nights. Really not bad at all. You tightly clench your fist, feeling that ultimate explosive raw energy rushing through. Self-confidence completely shattering the roof, you finally make your big decision. I know what you are thinking. Relaxing. Nope, we are heading to the Empire Building to check out his newly acquired skyscraper real estate. But first, a quick stop at the bank to transfer some allowance. Let's send $200,000 to Mom and Dad right now. Why only 200,000? Not because you are stingy. Imagine if you casually drop a massive 1 billion out of nowhere. Those two poor folks might actually just have a heart attack. They would absolutely worry you are running highly illegal operations in Magic City, hastily hopping a train down to deliver a loving broom smack just to strictly teach you how to be a good, honest kid. Dongfa Bank, Rainbow Road branch. Parking the Veneno, you stroll straight to the VIP counter window. Transfer, please. The counter clerk Megan glances at your casual intern outfit. Clearly unimpressed, she rudely asks with a completely bored drawl. Your basic card daily transfer limit is exactly 50,000. No more. When clerk Megan hears you want to send 200,000, she literally pouts and speaks indifferently. Can we raise the limit? You immediately frown. Why does Megan's tone sound like you are not a valued customer but some annoying beggar who owes her money? Sure. Is 1 billion enough? Megan rolls her eyes so sarcastically. Last night, she followed a super divine boss on the app who casually dropped 999 carnivals. She even sent 2 highly suggestive photos to his DMs, practically offering herself straight into his luxurious bed. The result? The guy totally ignored her. This naturally makes the highly insecure Megan ridiculously angry today. Seeing this young guy dressed like an ultimate scrub, she cannot help acting incredibly sour, venting all her frustration directly on him. That is where we leave it. What do you mean? His voice turns completely ice cold. Let's dive right in. You and I both know a classic gold digger when we see one. She is laughing, mocking him for pretending to be some huge boss. Megan blatantly talks down to him, basically telling him to stop faking his way into high society. But honestly, she is mostly just projecting. Angry at herself because she still has not managed to bag an actual billionaire. He just sneers right back. He literally tells this salty teller to log in and count his balance for him. Thinking it is just pocket change, Megan throws a lazy, annoyed glance at her computer monitor. The absolutely absurd, endless string of digits makes her leap straight out of her chair, hands over her mouth, completely mind-blown. Wait, what? This insane number is literally over 1 billion. Over 1 billion in pure, raw liquid cash. Only a monster could casually drop 1 billion into a simple checking account. His total net worth must easily be over 10 billion. Her snobby mockery just insulted a literal mega tycoon. She is panicking now. Sir, I was so wrong. Watch closely because things escalate fast. She finally knows her whole career is basically over. Meanwhile, a smart senior staffer already sprinted straight to the bank president. The branch president scrambles out of his fancy luxury office. He runs downstairs, sweating buckets, pasting the most desperate, flattering smile across his face. To him, Arthur is a walking gold mine. Mr. Arthur, please excuse our incredibly ignorant front desk girl. I will fire her immediately. Please do not take offense. I will personally upgrade you to a supreme black card for free. The president bows, constantly spewing sweet words. Arthur just gives a slight nod, barely satisfied by the terrified attitude of the boss. Flashing a black card proves you have absolute, untouchable VIP status anywhere in the entire world. A supreme black card comes with literally 0 transfer limits. You even negotiate custom deposit rates privately, plus you need over 100 million just to apply. Just the basic handling fee is hundreds of thousands. Leaving 1 billion there guarantees tens of millions in passive income every year. Literally why the rich keep getting richer by doing absolutely nothing. The money just sits there and multiplies. Meanwhile, Megan is left completely and utterly stunned. One petty mistake just instantly cost her a super cushy job. Let's pause for a second. This feels exactly like a crazy drama script, but it is real. This young guy is absolutely, completely terrifying. She just lowers her head, mind going completely blank. She is probably swearing to the universe to never judge anyone by their clothing ever again. Holding that heavy metal supreme black card, he drops 200,000 into his parents' account, then hops right into his Lamborghini Veneno. Time to go inspect his brand new skyscraper. Whistling happily, he cruises his Veneno straight towards the massive Empire building. That building is his biggest financial trump card right now. He already checked the stats. Valued at hundreds of billions, owning this massive real estate piece rockets his net worth straight to the absolute top of the national Forbes list. The potential is absolutely endless. He could do nothing and rent to massive corporations. Rent is tens of billions. It is basically a giant concrete goose laying golden eggs. Turns out the only actual difference between him and the ultra-top billionaires was that he was just missing a giant skyscraper. Driving casually, he arrives right at the giant Empire building in 0 time. It is 10 a.m. He parks the hypercar straight into the VIP underground lot. He casually strolls into the lobby. Still has some petty drama to settle at his old software company. Might as well head up and officially quit. He suffered insane disrespect at this highly toxic internship. Faking it as a training program, they just ruthlessly exploit their interns for completely free labor. Especially Justin, that rat-faced team leader who always tries to start major trouble. Time to return all that unfair treatment tenfold. Ding! The elevator doors open up. He lazily strolls into the intern floor. Everyone there is trembling, whispering to each other in nervous voices. They heard team leader Justin got totally humiliated and face-slapped by Arthur at the cafe yesterday. So Justin is waiting right here today just to get payback. Is he scared? A female intern scoffs in total denial. Stick with me because you are going to absolutely love the epic entrance he makes next. Stick with me, you and I are about to see ultimate office payback. A few jealous guys eagerly start insulting him, calling him a coward. One female intern wants to defend him, but she is completely shut down. She can only mutter quietly, guessing he probably just overslept. Justin totally snaps, shouting that he does not care about any pathetic excuses. He stomps aggressively onto a desk, face twisted in pure anger. Growing up rich, this guy had absolutely everything. Plus, his brother-in-law Gary is actually a high-level executive here. Because of that, he literally gets whatever he wants. Nobody dares challenge his authority. But yesterday, Arthur, a totally broke recent graduate, completely stole the spotlight right in front of his arrogant face. Arthur styled on him so hard that Justin completely lost his temper and wallet. That exact same night, a glamorous girl dumped Justin for being financially weak. He failed to flex, lost his girlfriend, and totally ruined his reputation forever. This triggered his absolute fury. He cannot believe Arthur humiliated him and actually dared to arrive super late today. He is completely finished, I promise you. Even if the heavens intervene right now, absolutely nobody can save him. Oh, is that right? Arthur's lazy but completely confident voice suddenly floats over the cubicles. Several female interns immediately light up with pure excitement. They eagerly look over but immediately start feeling incredibly worried about him. Thanks to his intense nepotism, literally nobody dares to provoke Justin in this office. And this time, the spoiled guy is clearly beyond absolutely furious. Arthur is facing some serious trouble. Those jealous guys are absolutely gloating, super thrilled about the upcoming drama. Only his true office friend keeps winking at him frantically now. Arthur looks over at Zach, who makes panicked faces, signaling him to avoid Justin at all costs. But Arthur just smiles with complete indifference. Knowing Zach since junior high, he was always a loyal friend who proudly called him Boss Arthur. After graduating, they somehow landed jobs at the exact same company. Their bond is unbreakable. Yo, you are super late to work today. Acting pretty arrogant today, huh? Spotting his target arriving, Justin aggressively jumps right down from the office desk. He angrily straightens his fake gold glasses and marches over menacingly. Now pay attention here. He intentionally kept his billionaire identity completely hidden today because getting this payback face-to-face is going to be incredibly satisfying to watch. He absolutely knew Justin's extremely toxic personality would start some massive drama today. If he just revealed his wealth to a pathetic coward like him early, the guy would literally drop straight down to his knees and instantly start begging for mercy. Then he would completely miss the absolute thrill of serving karma himself. Honestly, with his current legendary status in the world, firing him and his entirely corrupt brother-in-law from this company would seriously just take a single text message. But a fast punishment is clearly not satisfying enough for all that massive annoyance. Wait, you actually want to get physical? Arthur just smiles faintly. So what if I completely crush you today? I will not only defeat you, I will definitely make you roll straight out of this company. Justin angrily shouts, "Hey, Justin, let us just drop it. This is not a big deal." Arthur will just apologize and end it. Sensing the heavy tension, Zach quickly stands up to mediate the situation. "Get the heck out of my way. Who do you think you are, begging for mercy right in front of me?" Justin totally ignores him, casually and aggressively shoving Zach right out of the way. Zach is absolutely furious, but keeping his job matters most. You and I both know holding back is hard here, being beaten up and thrown out of the company. That idea actually sounds pretty perfect right now. It suits you perfectly. Arthur grins. Are you freaking stupid? Justin is completely stunned by his fearless smile. Do not pretend to be tough. I brought security. Honestly, Justin is really not sure if he can physically beat the tall and incredibly strong Arthur, so he already bribed the building security guards beforehand. Today, I am going to make you lose absolutely all your face in public. I will step right on your face. Let us see how you ever establish yourself in this industry after today. Justin waves his hand. The two bribed beefy security guards behind him step up to completely surround Arthur. Sigh. Arthur sighs, and suddenly his figure violently blurs, spinning with a lightning-fast left straight kick followed immediately by a devastating right whip kick. The wind literally howls from the sheer speed. This massive strike definitely inherited the absolute pure essence of ancient martial arts. Fast as a phantom, before the office colleagues can even blink or see clearly, those two massive security guards are instantly swept completely flying by one single brutal kick. They crash heavily into the tempered glass doors 2 meters away. Boom! The impact shatters the glass entirely. Both guys collapse into the broken glass shards, loudly groaning, covered in nasty scrapes and crying out in pain. Holy crap, trust me. You and I will never forget their utterly dumbfounded reactions. Stick with me here, you are about to watch everyone freeze like statues. Even Zach, who was ready to bravely fight, is totally stunned. He says, "Boss Arthur, you hide your skills well. You actually know martial arts." The female interns worrying about you also sigh in massive relief. Luckily, the handsome office star is incredibly strong and totally ready to fight. Otherwise, today would be a total disaster. That loud sound of shattering glass quickly brings senior colleagues running over to watch the drama unfold. Someone already ran to the executive office to report it. A fight broke out. They are fighting. But who? Oh, it is just Justin. Then whatever. He always relies on his manager brother-in-law to act so tough anyway. This time he hit a brick wall. The jerk completely deserves this. An angry guy in the back cheers. You. What are you trying to do? Stay back right now. Justin is totally terrified by the insane power of your kick. He collapses onto the floor, crawling backward like a crab, his eyes wide with absolute panic. I am warning you right now. My brother-in-law is Manager Gary. He is crying, getting exactly what he wanted to do to you. You just slam your shoe right onto Justin's face. Weren't you acting super arrogant earlier? Why are you not so tough now? This boss Arthur is built different. Zach, standing nearby, is also completely speechless. You're just way too tough today. Meanwhile, the nearby interns and staff feel incredibly satisfied watching this horrible bully get crushed. But pay attention closely here. The corporate background of this guy is highly influential. And that manager is known for being incredibly petty. Humiliating him like this will absolutely invite some severe corporate payback from the bosses. Right as you step on Justin, a loud, angry voice booms from behind. Arthur, what on earth are you doing? Let him go! What are you gonna do if I refuse? The crushing force of your foot on his cheek increases again. Right now, your physical strength is way beyond normal humans. A little more force and Justin's head might literally just burst like a melon. Brother-in-law, please save me. My sister only has me, her one precious brother. If I get hurt, she will never forgive you. Justin screams out miserably from under your sneaker. You are a lowly, worthless employee. Not only are you late, but you dare strike your superior. Release him right this second. I am officially firing you today and sending you straight to the police station. Let you sit in a jail cell for years. Let your whole future be completely ruined. Manager Gary shouts in total frustration, pointing a shaking finger right at you. Oh, are you finally done talking your garbage? You sneer, slowly releasing your foot and stepping back. This kind of trash is not worth my effort. It just dirties my expensive new shoes and lowers my status. Justin scrambles and crawls wildly behind Manager Gary. He still has that highly noticeable bright red shoe print stamped perfectly on his face, glaring in pure panic. You are completely finished, I swear. Seeing Justin is mostly fine, Manager Gary gets back his arrogant swagger of holding absolute corporate power. He sneers, "Today I will show you what the ruthless methods of rich people really look like." Oh, is that right? You raise your eyebrows in amusement. I know what you are thinking. Is he trapped? Well, just as Gary tries to spit out harsh words again, your sleek new phone suddenly starts ringing loud. Hello? You casually answer the ringing phone. Yes, hello. Is this the esteemed Mr. Arthur? I am Chairman Victor of the Empire Building Joint Organization. I am the spokesperson for the entire board of directors. I would really love to discuss the future business affairs and management of the Empire Building with you. The older voice on the line sounds incredibly polite and careful. I am Arthur. No need to say it on the phone. I am currently on the 10th floor of your building right now. Let us just talk face to face. You casually finish talking and hang up the phone before the billionaire chairman can even reply. What is he doing calling for backup? Just a little brat who just stepped into society to work in Magic City. What real connections can he possibly have? He is pretty good at putting on a fake act, though. The onlookers nearby whisper. Manager Gary simply crosses his arms, waiting with intense interest. He really wants to see what kind of pathetic loser this brat can dig up. How much power can a broke intern really have? Whoever shows up will still have to obediently bow down to Gary in this company. This way completely destroying your confidence and then sending you straight to prison. His toxic sense of accomplishment would be totally satisfied. Meanwhile, up on the 100th floor, the director level, Mr. Arthur said he came directly to the building for a total surprise field inspection today. Chairman Felix puts down the phone and speaks nervously to the entire room of billionaires. "Oh, wait, where is our new owner, Mr. Arthur, right now? We must go down and pick him up personally. Trust me, you and I are absolutely going to love what happens next. No need. Stick with me, you and I are watching drama unfold." He said he is on the 10th floor now, demanding a face-to-face chat. His tone furious. It seems he ran into some serious trouble down there. Chairman Felix is sweating bullets filled with deep worry. Many directors immediately glance at Chairman Victor, who was quietly hiding away before. I mean, old Victor, isn't that 10th floor totally rented by your tech company? Did your own people accidentally offend Mr. Arthur today? Even if you gave me 800 guts, I absolutely wouldn't dare do that. I haven't even met Mr. Arthur. Victor turns totally pale from fear. If Arthur makes life hard for the joint board because of his company, he is going to face absolute and total financial ruin. I really hope it is not my foolish team causing problems. He prays frantically in his racing heart. What exactly are we waiting for? Why aren't we rushing down to the 10th floor to pay our deepest respects to Mr. Arthur? Are we actually expecting the billionaire boss to personally walk up and greet us? Chairman Felix frantically urges. Yes, absolutely, yes. Let us hurry down to the 10th floor. Ding! The elevator doors slide open. A bunch of top executives around you look over at the sudden noise. Oh wow, backup arrived so fast, practically running here just to call me boss. Manager Gary smiles with total arrogance. But the second Gary turns around, his legs instantly turn to pure jelly. That cocky smile on his face vanishes into thin air. Wait a minute. Is that the billionaire design chairman? No way. This poor kid could not possibly be connected to a legendary business titan worth tens of billions of dollars. Watch closely. You and I are about to see madness. Following the design chairman, the ultimate bosses of massive companies from every single floor step. Out of that elevator, one right after the other. These guys are usually absolute legends, totally untouchable, highly aloof and incredibly mysterious billionaire leaders of the city. Right now, they are pouring into the 10th floor intern area like cheap dumplings tossed into a hot boiling pot. Holy mother of wow, what kind of epic disaster just happened? Almost all the legendary chairmen of the entire skyscraper arrived right. Everyone is totally dumbfounded. Seeing these billionaire titans descending together with the terrifying aura of their synchronized urgent footsteps is a truly unforgettable and deeply impactful sight to witness right now. Right as manager Gary tries to step forward, hoping to ask his ultimate boss, Chairman Victor, about the situation and sneak in some sweet flattery. He gets violently shoved aside by Chairman Victor, only to watch these powerful billionaires bow respectfully while walking straight toward the main character's side today. You and I saw this coming. The kid he totally underestimated is actually the real boss. Not just manager Gary, literally everyone in the office stands completely frozen. Mr. Arthur, I am Felix Jiang Li, company's chairman. Noticing a floor completely covered in shattered glass shards and groaning, badly injured security guards plus the terrified faces of the crowd around them, he instantly figures out most of the grim situation. At this moment, his heart races with pure panic, silently cursing these foolish nobodies for actually daring to provoke the supreme master of the empire building. Wow. You nod slightly. These powerful leaders will all be paying you massive rent money long into the future. You really need to maintain a solid working relationship with them. Mr. Arthur, what exactly happened here to upset you? Just tell us and we will absolutely do our very best to ruthlessly solve this problem. Chairman Victor is extremely perceptive right now, leaning in heavily, patting his chest and making a huge guarantee. Ask him. You lift your chin, glaring sharply at manager Gary, who is trembling violently, looking like his very soul just left his body. It really is this absolute idiot of a subordinate. Victor's heart shakes, thinking, oh no, while his face turns red with explosive anger. Gary, explain clearly how exactly you managed to offend Mr. Arthur. What the heck is happening? Gary screams internally. Right now, he desperately wishes he could just vanish into thin air and hide. He just bragged that Arthur's backup would have to call him boss. But the brutal reality flipped everything upside down. Arthur actually brought down a group of billionaires that Gary must treat like royalty. Elite big shots arriving together to help. Anyone here just casually lifting a single finger could easily arrange for Gary to stay completely jobless and absolutely unable to care for himself for his entire miserable long life. He is terrified. Truly, deeply, intensely terrified. The fierce, aggressive aura he had earlier disappears without a trace. He does not even have the tiny bit of confidence to speak. Chairman. Victor. What exactly is this crazy situation? What situation Victor is so deeply furious that smoke practically blows from his ears? Standing right in front of you is the esteemed Mr. Arthur. He is the absolute sole owner of the massive Magic City building. His wealth is incredible. What do you and I learn here? Never dare to provoke Mr. Arthur because karma always strikes back extremely hard. Stick with me here. He owns the Empire building. The whole office completely erupts. People are screaming in pure shock. Gary's brain totally fries, stammering nonstop. Chairman Victor, you have to be kidding with me. This must be a prank. This kid is just a broke intern we were literally about to fire today. There is absolutely no way he holds the property rights to the whole Empire Commerce building. Firing an intern, now it is the billionaire boss who feels totally lost. What is this crazy situation? I have been interning here for 2 months since graduating. Today is quite the eye-opener. Arthur casually shrugs his shoulders, speaking with total indifference. Mr. Arthur, you must be joking. You clearly have amazing foresight and love doing things completely off the normal beaten path in your actions. You are truly a rare and brilliant business giant in the country. Yes, exactly. You humbled yourself to come down to the slums for an early undercover field inspection. You have worked incredibly hard, Mr. Arthur. The chairman shamelessly flatters him non-stop. Arthur is completely speechless. He literally just came here to intern. Gary, you absolute idiot, explain everything clearly right now or we will ruin you. Victor roars, scaring Gary until his knees completely give out. Crushed by the chairman's intense aura pressure, he eventually breaks down and spills the exact story just as it happened. While he talks, the surrounding directors listen in pure fear, sweating profusely. Now watch this. He admits to bullying Mr. Arthur, stealing his salary, and aggressively trying to jail him. Oh my gosh, you absolute jerk. Victor feels like his lungs will explode from pure anger right now. This low-level supervisor is dumb as a pig and completely out of line. You tell me, Mr. Arthur. However you want to handle this guy, I will listen to you completely. I absolutely will not say a single word of disagreement. Then let us handle it exactly how he proudly said he was going to deal with me earlier. He says casually. Done deal, Victor agrees instantly without hesitation. If he does not give Arthur a proper explanation today, his software company is permanently closed tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Arthur, for giving me a chance to clean house and make amends. Chairman Victor, please, I am an old subordinate who has followed you for over 10 years. Even without merit, I put in hard work. You cannot do this to me. Gary is completely broken down at this moment, sobbing out loud. You caused an absolute apocalyptic disaster for my business. I have not even begun to settle the score with you. Victor roars loudly. You and Justin both are now immediately and permanently removed from my company forever. Security guards, drag these 2 total idiots and the guys on the ground straight to the police station. Tell them they deliberately caused severe corporate sabotage and almost injured our building owner, Mr. Arthur. After saying that, he turns around and smiles extremely apologetically at him. Mr. Arthur, what do you think of this arrangement? Barely acceptable. Arthur nods slightly. Justin wails in absolute despair while being roughly escorted out by the new security guards. We see the irony, right? The bully claims he got beaten up, totally flipping reality. Seeing Justin's miserable, tear-streaked face acting all wronged, the surrounding interns just cannot help but burst into loud laughter. This toxic bully who always oppresses rookies finally got exactly what he deserved today. Instant glorious karma. He tried to ruin someone else but destroyed his own career instead, all right? Everyone disperse now, do you guys not have real work to do? Victor glares at the surrounding employees, speaking up immediately to fix the toxic corporate office vibe. Seeing the big boss speak, the employees do not dare keep watching the drama, scattering hastily to frantically busy themselves with aggressive fake typing. With the annoying troublemakers finally handled, the wealthy directors surround Arthur, respectfully escorting him to the VIP meeting room to draft new lease contracts. Looks good. Arthur smoothly closes the thick contract, his face totally indifferent as always. Phew. All the chairmen breathe a massive sigh of relief. Since you are straightforward, let us follow the exact content of this contract. Transfer the 10-year rent directly to my account within 3 days. It will be a grand total of $18.9 billion. Understood, rest assured, Mr. Arthur. We will definitely wire the money as fast as humanly possible. The chairmen are absolutely thrilled right now. They never expected mysterious owner Arthur to be so chill, avoiding any crazy demands or deliberately making things difficult for their business. Since the paperwork is officially signed, I am not staying any longer. He stands up. Understood, we will respectfully see Mr. Arthur out together. A whole group of billionaires acts incredibly attentive until he smoothly gets into his hypercar. Watching the Lamborghini Veneno speed away, they relax. Trust me, you and I are definitely going to want to see where this total legend goes next. Destination Devil, number 6, Magic City District. Jump in with me. We are watching an epic flex today. After parking his Lamborghini in the exclusive VIP lot, Arthur casually strolls right into an ultra-luxury goods store. The poor play with cars. The truly wealthy play with watches. Without a luxury timepiece shining on your wrist, calling yourself a massive wealthy boss is just a complete joke. Since he is fully upgrading his entire outfit from zero, grabbing a literal god-tier watch is absolutely essential here. Vacheron Constantin. He casually glances up at the elegant sign. Even as a totally broke college kid, he knew all the legendary brand names. Vacheron Constantin, it is straight up the undisputed king of aristocratic luxury timepieces worldwide. The ultimate top super luxury brand. Seeing him casually rocking an Armani suit worth over $100,000, the beautiful sales guide's eyes instantly and completely light up. They all desperately rush forward, absolutely terrified of losing this massive whale client to one of their greedy co-workers. Arthur just smiles faintly inside and shakes his head. Just as he is about to speak, a totally unexpected, annoying voice echoes from behind. Now watch closely, things are getting spicy. He turns around. Just when he wanted to casually flex, his old annoying college classmates just had to randomly appear right here. Arthur, I seriously did not expect to catch you wandering a luxury store. The guy speaking confidently wears a seriously expensive set of premium summer designer clothes. The girl beside him looks incredibly fashionable too. Meet his old college classmates. The smug talking guy is definitely Peter. The pretty girl is Chloe. Peter was straight up the wealthiest rich generation heir in their entire class. Chloe was their absolute class beauty. Peter knows she really liked Arthur before, so there is a very heavy and completely unmistakable mocking tone today. What does your family even own, Vacheron Constantin? Honestly, if I knew, I would not come. Arthur just casually shrugs and replies with total indifference. I am surprised. Barely graduated and you somehow managed to scrounge up cash to rent an Armani suit, actually daring to step into this store just to stare at luxury watches. I bet this cash did not come from a legal source, right? Back in school you were popular, but now in the real world you still dare to put on airs and totally disrespect his wealth. How could Peter let that slide? He directly sneers again. Okay, Peter, just drop it, please, Chloe whispers nervously, shaking his tense arm. Her eyes hold an obvious trace of worry and deep pity looking at Arthur. You and I have seen this before. The real world hit her with brutal bills, so she simply compromised to settle with the wealthy rich heir today. Peter's fierce jealousy totally spikes upward. He directly scoffs loudly. Eyeing a watch in here, I am actually super tight with the boss of this store. Want me to buy a slightly better entry-level piece to give you out of pity? Stop staring at those broken $100,000 level pieces. Keep dreaming and you will always remain a broke loser forever. He completely flashes his wrist on purpose, proudly showing off his $1 million Patek Philippe luxury piece. He brought Chloe today specifically to broaden her horizons using his endless wealth. If she actually agrees to visit his huge house tonight to rest and basically study foreign languages together. Completing that final step, if he is feeling generous enough, he will happily drop hundreds of thousands on a watch as her big reward. Seeing that expensive $1 million luxury watch flashing on his wrist, the guide's eyes light up. This loud, annoying guy looks way richer than Arthur. Thank goodness I was a second late. This smug guy is the real mega client. Immediately the guides completely ditch Arthur and stick themselves like absolute glue right to Peter's side. Ha ha! The corners of his mouth curl into a highly smug smirk. See that facing absolute financial power, you are just a completely pathetic speck of dust. Arthur merely ignores the insult and casually shrugs. He does not even need a guide anymore. Prices are perfectly clearly displayed. Just point at whatever looks incredibly cool, pack it all up, and simply swipe. Anyway, he came here basically to buy a watch. Secondly, spending large amounts is very convenient here. After all, spending crazy money is literally his only method to make fast billions right now. Seeing Arthur completely ignore his arrogant flex, Peter's face immediately surges with hot, fiery anger. His big show-off moment totally failed to cause any psychological damage. Instead, being completely ignored just makes him look like an insecure, complete idiot. Okay, Peter, did we not come here today so you could actually pick a watch for me? Please do not be mad, Chloe nervously advises. Walking deeper into the inner VIP hall, Arthur simply nods, completely satisfied. Perfect. This price tag really works for me. The stuff outside is way too incredibly cheap to trigger any good system cash rewards. I will take this one, and this one. He casually grabs a few extremely handsome watches, quickly putting them on his wrist to test. Peter and those greedy guides finally trail inside, freezing up completely when they see Arthur casually holding 7 massive collector-grade luxury watches worth absolute millions each. Holy crap. Trust me, things just got incredibly wild. Let's watch this wild flex. Peter is totally dumbfounded. Does he think these luxury watches are absolutely free? Just grabbing whatever catches his eye, what on earth is he blindly reaching for? Does he even know these crazy prices? If he breaks, when could his entire family even afford to pay for it? Peter yells out in pure frustration. His super casual attitude totally shocks the Vacheron Constantin branch manager. After all, besides that single emerald piece, he just casually swept up almost every single other supreme-level luxury watch inside the entire store. Added together, they total tens of millions, easily breaking over 100 million. Just pack these up. The rest are too ugly. He waves his hand casually. Peter sneers. Keep pretending, let's see exactly how long this funny act can last. His broke reality will definitely show when that card gets declined soon. Just as Peter eagerly waits to watch him become a massive joke, that familiar system notification happily chimes inside his head once again. Host spent $7,598 million on watches, rewarded with 45% of Vacheron Constantin Company shares. Oh, now watch this part closely. His guess was totally spot on. The system's epic rewards completely depend on the specific context of whatever he's buying right now. He looks right at Peter with some genuine sympathy. While Peter was busy mocking him, he actually scored controlling stakes in a top global luxury brand. Now it's finally time to swipe. He casually flashes a Dongfa Supreme black card. Seeing that heavy metal, Peter's heart suddenly does a massive violent flip. Black cards represent having strictly over 100 million in cash. How could this kid possibly hold a real one? Peter is completely speechless while swiping the card on the terminal. The Vacheron Constantin internal network suddenly flashes a massive encrypted red message. Branch manager Gordon jumps back in total shock. This wild situation is incredibly rare. It literally means the owner of the bank card paying right now is a super classified, ultra-high-level executive of the entire Vacheron Constantin company itself. Wait, could it really be him? Gordon stares at the kid in pure, sheer astonishment. Mr. Arthur, please wait one single moment. He pauses doubtfully. This sudden attitude shift definitely links to those fresh company shares he just unlocked. He just secured 45% of the shares, completely becoming the ultimate controlling shareholder of this entire global brand. Finally exposed your true colors. Card declined. Peter breathes a massive sigh of relief, laughing loudly. I told you this kid was just putting on a fake show. After entering his manager's override password, Gordon finally views the fully decrypted shareholder information. Massive beads of sweat instantly pop out on his forehead. His entire body is totally soaked in icy sweat. He hastily jumps up and respectfully bows a full 90 degrees to him. You guys feel that shift? I'm so incredibly sorry, Chairman Arthur. I was totally blind. I truly had no idea the massive boss graced us with his presence today. This super divine rich boss coming to his specific store just to buy basic watches worth a few million. He's definitely subtly mocking the store's incredibly poor low-tier inventory right now. Chairman Arthur, I definitely shouldn't have let these low-grade, mass-produced goods dirty your eyes. Please wait just one moment for me. After saying that, he immediately spins around and sprints directly into the most secure core inner vault, stopping right in front of the massive safe. Click, click. Gordon opens the safe extremely cautiously, carefully, taking out a purple wood gold diamond-encrusted watch box from the inside. Phew, with this it should finally match Chairman Arthur's supreme boss status. By presenting this epic item, Chairman Arthur might actually feel satisfied with his branch. Even though Gordon is a major supervisor for the entire country, this kid is the absolute global owner of the whole Vacheron Constantin brand. One single sentence could instantly strip away all his decades of glory and status. He truly doesn't dare act remotely disrespectful. Returning to the front desk, he smiles super apologetically. Chairman Arthur, this masterpiece is the absolute only one allocated to this country's region. A supreme-level watch from Vacheron Constantin's legendary Cabinotiers series. Since you need a watch today, this epic piece barely matches your grand status. Oh, he's heard some luxury brand names before, but he really isn't super clear on their specific grading tiers at all. The legendary Cabinotiers series, Peter exclaims, his voice totally cracking. Manager Gordon, what are you doing? Regular folks might not know, but a rich second-generation collector like him, he knows. That specific watch is globally limited to only 6 pieces. Only 6 pieces in the entire world. Are you absolutely crazy bringing it out for him? Do you have a freaking opinion? Chairman Arthur is the global general controlling shareholder of Vacheron Constantin worldwide. Only a watch dial of this absolute caliber is worthy of his wrist, Gordon rebukes angrily. Manager Gordon, what did you just say? Peter's completely confused. His brain goes totally blank. We all love this. Let's dive right in. Chloe stands there completely stunned. He actually owns all of Vacheron Constantin. She seriously regrets college right now, missing out on the absolute perfect boyfriend no matter what. She feels like she is living a terrible nightmare. Peter shakes his head, completely pale with shock. Meanwhile, Gordon sighs heavily inside. Gordon just hopes this annoying brat Peter stops causing trouble. As long as he avoids provoking Arthur further, everything will be perfectly fine. Honestly, Gordon was shaken to his absolute core, learning that this young guy standing right in front of him is the ultimate boss. You buckle on the stunning Les Cabinotiers watch and nod in satisfaction at Gordon. Not bad at all. You are very sensible. I will remember you. Stepping out of Vacheron Constantin, you casually stroll around both sides of the elite luxury district once again. You pick up a top-tier phone and some cool gadgets you like. Boom! Several $1 million dropped just like that. Walking out of the Devil No. 6 luxury street, your entire vibe has totally transformed into a fresh high-end elite outfit. Custom Armani suit, Vacheron Constantin shining on the wrist, Lamborghini Veneno. Keys in hand, finally giving off that true mega rich energy. Suddenly a new message. You open WeChat to see what Lily sent. Arthur, where are you? Free tonight? I promised to treat you to dinner. You just shake your head, incredibly amused by her. Last night, Lily saw your massive tip and really wanted to refund all that crazy money back to you. You jokingly told her to just buy you a meal to pay off the debt. You honestly did not expect this super sweet, honest girl to take your joke so seriously today. Now watch this. You quickly reply, I will come pick you up, you just need to choose the spot. She replies, okay, I will wait for you downstairs. Cute. You speed off in the Veneno. Meanwhile, Lily dressed up incredibly well before going out. Her cherry red lipstick is subtle but perfectly stunning. It completely highlights her exquisite face, making her look undeniably alluring. A slender, milky white dress sways gently in the evening breeze. Just from the back view alone, she looks absolutely stunning, like an angel stepping into this ordinary mortal world. Pedestrians literally stare straight at Lily in pure awe. So beautiful. Even famous A-list television stars cannot compare to her vibe. Sigh. She is obviously taken just waiting for someone. People joke about which lucky guy got this gorgeous flower. Anyway, it is not them. Ha ha. Lily is completely used to ignoring these random street comments. She occasionally glances around, still feeling a bit nervous inside, until a sleek black shadow suddenly speeds into her view. All her nervousness quickly fades away. Click. The Veneno gullwing doors automatically open up. Sorry to keep you waiting. From inside the car, you smile and wave. Jump in. Lily nods happily and slides into the Lamborghini. Have you decided where to eat? You ask. I actually searched for a long time last night. The most expensive 3-star Michelin spot here is Ziguang. A meal costs tens of thousands but still cannot cover what you gave yesterday. Lily playfully sticks out her tongue, smiling with a bit of embarrassment. She genuinely could not find a pricier place. Ziguang, you nod slightly. I know what you are thinking. High-end restaurants like this need early booking. Dialing the official website number right now. Hello, sir. This is the consultation desk of Magic City Ziguang. A sweet female voice rings out on the line. Hello, I want to dine at Ziguang tonight. Calling to book our dishes in advance. The lady says, sorry, Ziguang only receives 10 exclusive groups of guests per day. The number of guests we can receive today is full. People booking right now are lined up until 10 days later. No matter your status, you must wait 10 days for a meal. You frown. With your newly enhanced martial arts hearing, you can naturally hear absolutely everything clearly right through her phone. Although this waitstaff sounds polite, there is a distinct hidden arrogance in her tone that completely makes you feel uncomfortable. A small restaurant dares to put on airs with you. You look at Lily, who seems somewhat troubled, and just take the phone over. Tell your boss to answer the phone right now, otherwise he will permanently miss out on a massive $1 million feast. You frown and speak directly. $1 million. The waitstaff stammers a little bit, obviously getting quite frightened. Listening to his casual tone, dropping $1 million luxury meal sounds as easy as breathing. She knows he must be a massive big shot. She dares not delay, directly transferring the phone to the kitchen into the hands of Paul, the famous owner, personally cooking. Paul frowns, very displeased at being interrupted during his prep. Although annoyed after hearing the panicked operator, he still decides to grab the phone and listen. Sir, if you want to use brute money to insult my culinary dream, you found the wrong person, Paul says very righteously. Even if I make 0 money today, I will absolutely never break my sacred rules. So what do you and I make of this? Stick with me here, you and I are about to witness the ultimate rich boy flex. Arthur smirks. From now on, I own Ziguang. He casually changes the daily customer limit to 12. The chef flips out, totally thinking this kid is just spewing absolute nonsense. Is having cash really that impressive? Paul scowls, ready to defend his artistic vision, until Arthur drops a line that completely silences him. Actually, having cash is exactly that impressive. I am offering $300 million for this place. Wait, sir, what did you just say? Paul is absolutely stunned. He rubs his balding head in pure shock. $300 million. He only bought the Ziguang property for $100 million. Even adding all the fancy renovations and brand hype, it is worth $150 million tops. Buying Ziguang at double the actual price. He did not even negotiate. Arthur just casually threw money at him. Paul scratches his head, his precious artistic pride violently battling massive greed. Arthur does not say another word, just silently waiting for the stunned chef to reply. Time ticks by, and Paul is still frozen in greedy shock. Finally, Arthur shrugs it off with a totally indifferent forget it. If you refuse to sell, I will not force it. Boss Arthur, please wait, do not hang up. I was just completely shocked. Sell. Obviously, I will sell, Paul panics, repeating himself constantly. He wanted to refuse, but man, the cash was just way too good. You and I both know nobody can resist cold, hard cash. Arthur simply nods as Paul eagerly praises him as Boss Arthur. After a quick chat, Paul's snobby artistic attitude completely vanishes into thin air. Now he joyfully calls Arthur boss with every single breath. Boss Arthur, order absolutely anything you desire. You are eating at your very own restaurant. I will personally give my absolute best to prepare the finest ingredients for you, boss. For the foie gras, want it flown fresh from France or the sealed vintage one from the Champagne region. Whatever you want, boss. Whatever you pick the menu, just have it ready when I arrive. Arthur waves his hand impatiently, super annoyed by Paul's sudden over-the-top excitement. A few $100 million literally turned an insanely proud, stubborn head chef into a total fanboy. The absolute power of money is magical. Beside him, Lily honestly has no idea whether to laugh or cry. I said I was paying today, Arthur. I never expected you to drop hundreds of millions just to buy the entire restaurant instead. Haha, no worries at all. I just noticed this place had decent investment potential, so I casually bought it on a total whim. System alert. Spending $300 million on Ziguang restaurant rewards him with ultimate human-level mastery over musical instruments. Arthur is honestly pretty surprised. He totally expected another random company share drop. A master artistic skill. Well, Arthur already owns massive companies like the Empire Building and Vacheron Constantin with assets easily in the hundreds of billions. He definitely does not need extra cash. All right, let us go. This fancy meal is still technically on you. To let Lily fulfill her sweet wish of treating him to a meal, Arthur smiles and gently says that. You felt that too, right? Lily laughs cutely at his serious face, and honestly, the sheer charm of that adorable moment makes Arthur's heart flutter just a little bit. By the way, why no live stream today? He asks, genuinely curious. She replies that eating with Arthur is special exclusive time just for the two of them. I do not want the chat disturbing us today. Silly girl. Arthur smiles warmly, gently rubbing Lily's smooth forehead with total affection. You are the silly one facing this intimate touch. Lily does not dodge at all. Instead, she actually leans right into his palm like a cute cat. Her beautiful face is showing a genuinely deep, incredibly happy smile. The Lamborghini hits the gas and shoots forward like a dark shadow, completely disappearing into the glowing neon city streets. Soon after they hit Magic City Binhai Road. Parking the Lamborghini in Zigwang's exclusive VIP lot, Arthur confidently leads Lily right towards the restaurant's incredibly grand, luxurious wooden front doors. Hey, you are late. At the entrance, some fat guy with a gold tooth and loud suit holding a glamorous girl in black silk speaks up sarcastically. Oh, Arthur simply raises a challenging eyebrow. The gold-toothed guy in the suit stares directly at Lily. He laughs arrogantly. Zigwang only serves 10 exclusive groups a day. We are the lucky 10th group you losers cannot enter. But if this little beauty wants to go inside and broaden her horizons instead, I can totally take you inside to look around. As for this poor gentleman, better run back to the slums where you came from, buddy. The gold-toothed fat man, Blake, clearly took a fancy to Lily. He wants to invite her inside, incidentally kicking Arthur completely out of the picture. Seeing this kind of blatant poaching happen so openly is a massive first for Arthur. No need. Lily clearly does not like the greasy Blake either. She frowns, her voice turning totally ice-cold. Simply unappreciative of my favors, Blake coldly snorts. Open up! Dozens of waitstaff respectfully line up, walking straight out from inside the grand doors. Wow, totally worthy of a meal costing tens of thousands. This grand pageantry is absolutely huge. Watch closely, this twist is hilarious. Blake smirks. Haha, no need to line the streets welcoming me. Hey, wait, what are you guys doing? All right, stick with me. Blake actually thought this massive VIP setup was just for him. But right when he gets ready to soak in the glory, the staff just shove him out of the way, tossed straight to the curb like a total extra. Hubby, what is going on? The glamorous girl next to him gets instantly annoyed, shaking Blake's arm in frustration. Blake wants to yell out his frustration, but suddenly the crowd parts. Paul, alongside his stunning assistant Lilith, steps right out from the line of waitstaff. Wait, that is the head chef. This French chef is famous for his insane pride. If he is coming out personally, a ridiculously huge VIP must be here. Blake gulps. His anger vanishes in an instant. While he is trying to guess the VIP, he spots the guy he just tried to mess with. Yep, the young man and his gorgeous goddess are strolling right up the center carpet. What a joke, who does this kid think he is? This is hilarious. He is totally just faking it to show off. It is going to be so funny when security tosses him in the trash later. Blake mocks with a cold sneer. Now watch closely, this is where his arrogance shatters. Paul and Lilith stop respectfully right in front of Arthur and Lily. Boom, dozens of staff members plus Paul and Lilith suddenly hit a perfect 90-degree bow. Their voices echo loudly, welcome, Boss Arthur. Blake just freezes, brain totally short-circuiting in the wind. Boss, he is absolutely losing his mind right now. A ridiculously expensive place like Zigwang is completely out of his league. For a guy like him, he just wanted to show off here once. If even the head of Zigwang calls him Boss Arthur, just how insanely high is this guy's real status? And he actually tried to steal the girlfriend of such a terrifyingly powerful dude. I have totally lost my mind. He shivers, sweating bullets. He spent months hopelessly chasing the glamorous girl standing next to him. Honestly, if she was not right there watching his every move, he would absolutely drop to his knees on the pavement and beg Arthur for total mercy. Offending a true heavyweight in Magic City, just one word from them could completely erase his entire future. Arthur just gives a slight nod. With his current legendary status, getting mad at some pathetic nobody would honestly just be a huge waste of energy. Phew! Seeing that Arthur totally ignored him, Blake lets out the biggest sigh of relief in his life. He gets ready to grab his date and run. What are you doing? The glamorous girl was already staring at Arthur with pure jealousy. Blake was acting so tough a second ago. Now he is cowering like a scared dog. She is practically steaming with anger. Are you even a real man I am walking into this restaurant today with or without you? I know what you are thinking, gold digger alert, right? She rolls her eyes. a handsome, insanely wealthy boss. No matter what, she has to find a way to get close to him. Simping for Blake for 2 months just earned her a single fancy meal. Now she sees a better prize. Blake just flashes a bitter smile. He carefully follows his date as she sneaks into Ziguang behind Arthur. The lobby decor here absolutely mind-blowing and ridiculously luxurious. The entire place screams classic French aristocratic wealth and elegance. Right in the middle sits a stunning ancient grand piano. Sunlight hits it perfectly, making it the shining centerpiece of the whole grand room. "This place is insanely gorgeous," Lily whispers softly. Every other normal restaurant completely fades into nothing compared to Ziguang. "Please have a seat." Paul and Lilith eagerly guide them into the absolute top-tier VIP section. Arthur and Lily settle into the plush seats ready for an epic dinner. Every table gets a private waiter, but Arthur gets the manager. Vice manager Lilith is literally serving them personally. "Who is this kid?" Gulp. "Vice manager Lilith is absolutely stunning. I would do anything just to have her serve me." "I am so jealous I could scream," the other wealthy guys whisper. Lily watches the gorgeous, super attentive Lilith closely. A tiny flash of territorial jealousy sparks in Lily's eyes, but in such a high-end place she is way too embarrassed to say anything. Arthur did not even need a menu. Every single dish is expertly prepared by Paul himself, pure absolute signature specialties. Paul even brings out his top-tier premium red wine aged over a decade just to serve as a humble starter. Lilith gracefully pours the drinks herself, serving Arthur and Lily with perfectly hand-carved sparkling blue ice cubes. Arthur gives a small nod. This high-end starter drink is super expensive and clearly Paul's prized treasure. Just one small glass must be worth at least 100,000. Honestly, not bad, though it still lacks the delicate aftertaste of Roman Conti. Arthur says casually, swirling his glass. Lilith flashes a bitter smile. "Roman Conti is the undisputed emperor of wines. Trust me, you and I both know that compared to it, every other wine would go out of business from shame." As he speaks, delicious, mouth-watering dishes arrive one by one under gleaming silver cloches. Let's dive into this wild flex. Lilith presents the Golden Phoenix Cupcake. It is completely covered in edible gold and the absolute highest-tier chocolate on the planet. "Oh wow, the Golden Phoenix is actually here. That guy is a legendary tycoon. A tiny bite goes for over $100,000. We really met an unbelievable rich boss today," a diner whispers in pure shock. Arthur's eyes shine bright and his hunger spikes. This cake tastes like an absolute total dream. Then comes fresh golden caviar, ice crystal king crab, and a dozen more of the most elite world-class dishes you could imagine. Every single plate easily costs tens of thousands of dollars. The other guests are completely stunned. With those vintage wine bottles included, this one massive meal is easily closing in on $1 million. Right at this moment, the guys look at their girlfriends, suddenly feeling intensely jealous, as every single one of those girls just stares right at Arthur. Sitting on pins and needles, they quickly plan to grab their dates and escape. Bailing right now only costs them tens of thousands. If they stay, they will definitely lose their girls to him. After finishing this absolutely epic feast, Arthur casually stands up. Now pay attention to this next move. He spots the classical piano nearby. What a shame to have such an elegant vibe without live music. Wait, does Arthur actually know how to play? Lily's eyes widen, looking totally surprised and incredibly curious. He waves it off and sits gracefully at the keys. Because of his amazing system, he is literally a world-class piano master right now. The moment his fingers touch those ivory keys, brilliant musical knowledge and incredible emotions rush through his mind, playing a flawlessly complex melody. A magical energy fills the entire room, making every single person feel like they are personally floating right inside the beautiful music. Absolutely stunning. Every beautiful girl here is completely falling hard. So incredibly handsome, totally loaded, and amazing at piano. How could such a flawless guy actually exist today? Tina, who came with Blake, gets incredibly annoyed comparing them. She slams her sharp high heel right onto Blake's foot under the table. He gasps in absolute agony and quietly whispers, "What is wrong with you, Tina?" Blake grabs his foot, looking completely confused. Honestly, just watching Arthur flex was already intimidating enough for him. His dream girl keeps staring at Arthur, leaving Blake totally crushed and unable to say a single thing. "Just look at him, then look at yourself. Never ask me out again. I seriously want an amazing boyfriend exactly like our handsome god Arthur. A total loser like you does not deserve to dine with me. You and I both saw that coming, right?" She turns back completely love-struck. Blake is practically exploding with pure rage, holding a massive grudge against Arthur right now. How could his precious goddess be wrong? It is obviously Arthur's fault. Without this perfect guy showing up, his girl never would have shifted her attention away. With the final heavy, incredibly emotional note, his epic performance gracefully finishes. The beautiful melody echoes through the room, leaving everyone absolutely spellbound and craving so much more. A huge wave of thunderous applause erupts from the crowd. Arthur just gives a charming smile, stands up, and easily walks back to his table. Wow, Arthur, you are definitely no beginner at all. I actually recognize this exact piece. Playing it like that means you are easily a world-class master. Lily gazes at him, her bright eyes absolutely overflowing with pure romantic adoration. Too kind, haha, I just do okay. Only practiced it a little. Lilith stands nearby, totally speechless and absolutely unsure of what to even say. Being a French girl, this kind of heavy romantic vibe is her ultimate weakness. His incredible piano skills just completely won her over from the very bottom of her heart. It is getting quite late. Let us wrap things up for tonight. He glances at Lilith and she instantly understands. Miss Lily, your total today is 1,800, card or cash 100,000, sure thing. Right about now, the vintage wine is finally hitting her system. Lily's cute face turns super flushed, looking incredibly captivating after Lilith quickly swipes her card to pay for the massive discounted meal. Watching Arthur gently guide Lily out toward the sleek Lamborghini, Lilith feels an intense wave of jealousy. Well, he owns the Ziguang group. He is definitely going to visit again really soon. I will definitely get another chance to serve him. Lilith bites her lip, secretly making a firm promise deep in her heart. All the other guys in the restaurant let out a massive sigh of relief. If Arthur stayed any longer, their dates would have literally run away with him right there. I will take you back home now. No, I am all alone at my place. It is so dark and cold. The drinks have really kicked in. Lily's cute, flushed face boldly rubs right against his strong chest. Tonight, I just want to stay with you. Next stop, Yanding Mountain Villa number 1. Trust me, this night is far from over. He guides the dizzy girl inside. Am I heavy? Let's dive in. Lily wraps her arms around you, tumbling onto the sofa. Face bright red, she teases, I didn't feel a thing. You are drunk. Watch this. I will take you upstairs to sleep. Lily pouts. I am not drunk, I can keep drinking. You and I know she is. You gotta see this nonsense. Yet his face is bright red as Lily's arms playfully press him right against her. Their eyes are barely an inch apart. He can totally feel her sweet fragrance perfectly mixed with the scent of fine wine washing over his face. Keep acting like this and I can't protect you. Stick with me, he's just staring at her stunning, totally tipsy face. Let's dive in, a stunning beauty incredibly close. You can literally feel her warmth and softness. Any normal guy would completely react, she whispers. I'm not actually drunk. I know that meal earlier happened because you didn't want me spending too much of my money. You feel that tension, right? I've liked you forever, Arthur. Now we finally meet again. I won't miss out this time. Ultimately, he couldn't resist such sweet temptation. He scoops Lily into his arms, walking straight toward the master bedroom. Trust me, a long time later, an exhausted Lily falls into deep sleep. Let's be real. We knew that system upgrade made you strong, but nobody expected you to be this insanely fierce. Let's dive in. Even after staying up super late, our guy doesn't feel tired at all. He gently pats Lily's soft cheek as she sleeps, drifting off completely satisfied. But bright and early the very next day, his massive villa's smart doorbell suddenly wakes him up. Checking the advanced security screen, he spots Monica standing there alongside some fancy-suited staff. He just raises an eyebrow and opens the gate with his voice. Boss Arthur, all your custom clothes and expensive items arrived. Monica rocks her sharp, professional outfit as always. Playing the perfect attentive housekeeper, she gives him a seriously bold look. Watch closely. She always knew his identity was incredible. She never guessed he would buy this much luxury gear on day one. Honestly, all this stuff must cost hundreds of millions easily, right? Absolutely insane. Just toss these right into my massive closet. I will handle it. Listen, I cannot let you work for nothing today. I just ordered tons of takeout. 2 people probably cannot finish it all. Want to stay for a bite? He laughs. 2 people cannot finish it. Her heart skips a beat. This is her big chance to get closer to this absolute billionaire boss. You and I know she wouldn't miss this. She nods fast, completely surprising him. Let's jump into this wild story. He was just being polite, but she actually stayed. Good timing, though, since this $1 million takeout is huge. He and Lily could never finish it alone. Meanwhile, Monica is completely chilled out, in no rush to figure out who the second person even is. That mysterious guest will show up naturally when the time is right. Oh, wait. He tells her he's planning to hire some maids and housekeepers for the massive villa soon. Since she works in this exact elite industry, he figures she is incredibly experienced. Could you recommend any top-tier candidates to me? Arthur asks with a faint smile. A maid. A bright blush appears on Monica's face. Are rich guys this into roleplay? Arthur practically rolls his eyes. He literally just wanted real maids to clean the house. Boss Arthur, look at me. Am I good enough? Pay attention to this flex. She proudly claims she is a 7-star gold medal housekeeper from the elite network, fully certified internationally. Super reliable. I absolutely won't disappoint you, my master. His mouth twitches slightly. Honestly, he kind of loves being called master. This girl is seriously clever and catches on fast. Making her the head housekeeper is actually a pretty solid idea. He gives a nod. Yeah. Perfect. You are hired. Thank you, Master. Monica replies sweetly. Honk honk. A crazy luxury royal carriage truck pulls up outside the gate. Wow, that was incredibly fast. I thought they ignored delivery orders. This setup is way beyond your average food drop-off. He chuckles and says, yeah, this is takeout. Monica feels her entire reality completely shattering. Since when does a legendary place like Han Pavilion do food deliveries, especially with this insane royal setup? You and I are probably wondering the same thing. Did they bring the whole kitchen? Seeing that massive 30-foot car, Monica is totally speechless. Arthur turns around at the perfect moment, catching a glimpse of Lily, stepping out in a stunning silk nightgown. Gliding down the stairs, her elegant curves look amazing, bringing back fond memories of their wonderful time together, making him smile. The exact second Monica spots Lily, she freezes completely. Normally, Monica is incredibly confident about her own top-tier stunning looks. But seeing Lily right now makes her feel like she met her absolute match. Sigh. Guess I'll just stick to being the master's maid. Monica playfully sticks out her tongue, feeling a bit jealous deep down. But trust me, she refuses to lose this battle. Oh, you are awake. Watch this. You smoothly pull Lily, sitting on the sofa like a cute white rabbit snuggling into your arms. You stroke her hair, takeout ordered. Come along with me for this fun ride. I will take you back after lunch. Lily nods happily. Her status limits her stays. But honestly, she feels completely satisfied. After all, her absolute biggest wish finally came true last night. She just needs to work harder in the future to earn that official title. Arthur glances at Monica, whose cheeks are puffed out in pure, undeniable jealousy. Arthur laughs and introduces the two girls. Friendship between young women honestly sparks incredibly fast. Since their roles do not clash, they instantly become best friends who talk about absolutely everything. Why? Just because they admire the exact same boy. Arthur has definitely seen this happen in online fan groups. His early worry of massive drama where the two girls violently fight upon meeting simply did not happen at all. Instead, right after meeting, they instantly act like absolute best friends who have not seen each other in many years. Female friendships are truly magical. What takeout did you order, Arthur, while he stays totally speechless? Lily curiously leans right over to ask him. You will know very soon. Arthur checks the antique wall clock worth millions, accurately estimating that the epic food is finally about to arrive. State banquet dish number 1, supreme boiled cabbage. Now watch closely. The master chef finishes preparing everything in the truck, serving dishes, strictly following literal state banquet 5 IP standards to the absolute letter. Golden dragon coiling pearl, Buddha jumps over the wall. One incredible human delicacy after another is brought right up. It looks incredibly alluring. This royal cuisine focuses entirely on perfect completeness, in beautiful color, aroma, and taste, satisfying all 5 senses. True luxury hidden in simplicity. Great mastery looking effortless. He had only heard legends before. Today, Arthur finally witnesses it. Come sit and eat together. You guys have been busy for so long. Arthur also generously waves his hand at the amazing chefs. These dishes, 2 girls plus him, definitely cannot finish everything. Instead of wasting food, it is much better to do these grand masters a massive favor. Plus, Arthur has a clever little plan inside. Hearing this, the state banquet chefs all look incredibly hesitant. This single meal literally costs more than their salary for years. How could they dare to casually dine with a literal billionaire? But under Monica and her maxed-out persuasion skills, the chefs finally sit. This glorious feast is easily the most incredibly satisfying meal since Arthur first became extremely rich. Although last night had luxurious and delicious Western food, the portion was simply just too small. A $100,000 gold leaf cake vanishes in just one single bite. He spent over $1 million but remained hungry. For true delicacies, you absolutely must look to traditional banquets. Arthur smiles and nods casually, opening a stunning bottle of National Treasure wine worth over $3 million. Come 1 glass per person. Oh, no way. The grand chefs are scared into jumping up, literally trembling in shock. Boss Arthur, this single glass of epic wine costs at least hundreds of thousands. We both know their real fear. If Arthur gets mad and makes them split this wild bill later, they would literally have to sell their cars and houses just to pay off the debt. Ha, relax. It is my treat. Arthur sees the frightened looks of these chefs, shaking his head with a light laugh. Finally relieved, the grateful chefs look respectful, nearly ready to worship him like a literal god. Seeing this, Arthur shakes his head in amusement, downing the fine wine in his glass in one fast gulp. It is indeed incredible wine. Seeing the way he drinks, the chefs don't know whether to laugh or cry. $3 million wine downed in one gulp like tap water. Afterwards, it only traded for a casual evaluation. Is this what a legendary rich boss acts like? Arthur watches the chefs nervously downing the fine wine. The corners of his mouth slowly curl up. Since the wine is finished, I will speak plainly. I absolutely do not have time to cook. I need a few personal home chefs. Want to consider being my private chefs? Hearing this, the Grand Masters almost spit out a massive mouthful of $3 million wine. They knew rich people were tricky. How could he possibly be so kind as to invite them to drink for free? So he laid a clever trap right here. Salary is based on 10 times your previous corporate standard. How about it? Arthur laughs. 10 times? You are not joking, right? We make $300,000 to $500,000 a year at the Grand Pavilion. Would 10 times not equal $3 to $5 million? They are completely shocked. Even without this glass of National Treasure wine, a dream salary of $3 to $5 million means they do not even need to consider it. Perfect. Then it is a done deal. After settling the bill later, go back and officially resign. Buy some fresh groceries on the way back and be my personal chefs starting from today. Understood, Boss Arthur. The state banquet chefs silently cheer, knowing they just made an absolutely massive killing today. This meal was finished with extreme pleasure. Time to swipe the card. Arthur directly pulls out the supreme black card. Boss Arthur, you spent a total of $4,670,000 this time. Should we round off the fraction? Arthur is their true boss now. The chefs know who to favor. No need. Trust me, you and I know he wants to spend more. Stick with me here, we are diving into pure luxury. The chefs, Monica and Lily, are totally speechless. This guy acts exactly like an ultimate divine rich boss. A $5 million meal is literally nothing in his eyes. Ding. The system detects you spent $4,600,000 on an ordinary Chinese dinner, rewarded with full property rights to the legendary Lafitte wine estate, plus a globally accepted Centurion Black Gold card. Unreal. He just ate a meal and snagged a massive wine estate. Hearing that sweet system notification chime, he silently admits this is incredibly satisfying. This place is literally the largest, most valuable wine estate in all of Europe, worth 6 billion euros. But next to that Centurion Black Gold card, it completely pales in comparison. He honestly never expected the system to hand him a prize like this today. This thing is the absolute peak of global status. The only people holding this card are top-tier officials from various powerful nations, billionaires and absolute elites with totally untouchable identities. This Black Gold card is universally hailed as the king of cards. Its overdraft limit basically does not even exist. That is a genuinely terrifying concept. Once the master chefs finally clear out, he gets ready to take Lily home. As for cleaning up the massive villa, naturally, Monica is taking charge of hiring a proper crew. Vroom, the sleek Lamborghini Veneno flashes like lightning, stopping right at the Fuhua residential gates. After a quick goodbye kiss, Lily hops out. He casually opens his phone to check messages, completely unaware his notifications are about to absolutely explode. Now pay attention, things are about to get wild. Arthur, is this you, boss? You went totally viral online. Bro, you play the piano like an absolute god. Is this real? I have never seen you play before. He sits there completely stunned, clicking through the videos flooding his inbox. The background scene in the clip is unmistakably right inside Ziguang. He just shakes his head, smiling. Yesterday, he merely played a quick tune because he was feeling a good vibe. He got filmed, tossed online, and it inexplicably blew up into a massive viral sensation. Sigh. I honestly never wanted to go viral. Facing this sudden internet fame, he just shrugs, feeling totally lost for words. Arriving back at the grand villa, Monica is intensely staring at her phone screen, eyes practically glowing. What has her so hooked? He glances over. Yep, it is exactly that video of him playing piano. So you are this amazing master? Monica gets actual stars in her eyes. You have just been crowned the internet's brand new ultimate grassroots male god. If you just start a stream, show off your handsome face, and ride this massive wave of hype, you could directly become a megastar. Honestly, the title of Ultimate National Husband is yours. Yeah, right. National Husband, forget it. I would probably pass out from answering endless messages. Arthur totally rolls his eyes while Monica covers her mouth, smiling. That playful, cute vibe is super rare for her ding-dong. He raises an eyebrow. Now who could that be? Let's pause a second. We both know exactly who arrived. He checks the screen. It is the maid applicants Monica invited. At first, these girls played hard to get, completely refusing private housework. But after hearing about that crazy $8 million salary, they absolutely panicked, furiously touched up their makeup and sprinted to Yunding Mountain Villa No. 1 with maximum speed. They are incredibly hardworking, Arthur jokes, genuinely not knowing whether to laugh or cry. Right outside the towering doors, Grace Guanruyu grabs her arm, looking totally conflicted and seriously stressed out. What if this boss is just some creepy old guy offering this insane cash just to demand some totally inappropriate, shady favors behind closed doors? What will she even do then, surrender to the money or write? As her panic reaches its peak, the giant front door suddenly swings open. She takes a massive, shaky breath. No matter what happens, this is an $8 million salary opportunity. She absolutely has to grab it. Grace, leading 9 other stunning girls, steps right into Villa No. 1. Welcome to the No. 1 estate. I am the head housekeeper here, Monica. She stands tall, instantly flipping back to her strict, commanding royal sister vibe. Hello, my name is Grace, she stammers repeatedly. Sure, these girls have top-tier degrees and serious skills, but they have never faced a housekeeper quite like Monica, a stunning beauty, packing a genuinely terrifying and commanding aura. Instantly, the whole group tenses up. Hey, no need to panic. I am also just working for the master here. Monica respectfully bows to him, lounging on the sofa. Master. Hearing an anime-style title like that makes these innocent girls fresh to the real world instantly blush beet red. But the second they spot him flashing a handsome smile right from the sofa, their faces somehow turn even redder. Wait a second, is not this the viral piano god I just saw on my feed? Their eyes absolutely bulge. They fully prepared themselves for this villa master to be some totally creepy, bald, filthy, rich old man. So what do you and I make of this twist? They basically hit the jackpot. Their hearts are absolutely racing. Come along with me here. Just an hour ago, half these girls were begging to marry the piano god in the comments section. Grace is absolutely one of them, screaming internally. Forget the $8 million annual salary, she would gladly do this for entirely free. Serving such a perfect, handsome boss, she is totally down. No hesitation at all. You just need to clean and manage the villa. He sees their panicked faces and quickly explains. No, we will literally do absolutely anything for you. Master, anything you want. He just stands there, totally stunned and completely speechless. Grace and the girls blurt it out blindly. A second later, they realize exactly what they just said. Their faces turn bright red like tomatoes. He scratches his head, completely shocked by how incredibly thirsty they are acting right now. Anyway, since that is settled, go with Monica first to learn the layout of the massive villa. Yunding Mountain Villa costs over $1 billion for a reason. For starters, there are literally 9 massive bedrooms inside. Not to mention how ridiculously massive the main building actually is. Plus, the basement is on a totally different level. They basically carved out the entire mountain just for Villa No. 1's epic basement. After finishing the grand tour, the girls are just completely mind-blown. Anyone living in Magic City knows the legendary status of Yunding Mountain. And Villa No. 1, it is the absolute king of them all. Now pay attention here. Seeing this insane luxury changes everything. He smiles. If there are 0 objections, let us sign the contracts right now. With Monica working her magic, preparing these ironclad contracts obviously took barely a single day. We have absolutely 0 complaints. The girls quickly skim the papers and answer super eagerly. He nods and drops their massive salaries completely up front. By nightfall, his schedule is totally clear. With the maid squad officially moved in, the place finally feels incredibly lively. Before this, Arthur living totally alone in that huge space felt pretty sad. Now, whenever he gets bored, he plays board games with them, giving penalty drinks to the losers or swimming in the heated rooftop infinity pool together. He is seriously living his absolute best life. Most normal guys could never even dream of matching the wild thrill of his single night. Being insanely wealthy is amazing. Master, what are you doing? Come play. Fully adapted now, the maids are having an absolute blast. Even though the villa is massive, 10 girls cleaning together gets the job done super fast. Once finished, they get to happily chill with their handsome, ridiculously wealthy boss. Even heaven is not this amazing. No way. He waves them off and checks his phone. Shockingly, his dead college group chat has suddenly blown up. Over 99 new messages are just waiting for him. We have all been there, right? What is happening? After graduation, that group chat was basically a complete ghost town. Absolute silence for half a year. But tonight, it is suddenly exploding with crazy activity. Clicking the chat, he quickly spots a brand new pinned announcement. Hey classmates, our post-graduation internships are finally over, right? If you guys are free this week, we should all totally meet up. Class monitor Chris posted this. Naturally, that single message completely revived their dead college chat. Everyone starts catching up fast. Soon enough, the topic switches to work. Sigh, do not even ask. My terrible boss forces overtime every single day, claiming the constant grind is a true blessing. He can go straight to hell. Skipping my overtime pay is bad enough, but he actually expects me to thank him for it. You are doing fine. At least you actually have a job. I am totally miserable out here, still unemployed. Honestly, I just want to cry. Peter must be doing incredible, right? He is a wealthy heir after all. Who even is Peter to you guys? Do not call him casually. He is literally a top executive at his family company now. I actually work for Brother Peter, so jealous, typical rich kid success. Wait, where is Chloe, our gorgeous class beauty? Word is Peter and Chloe are officially dating now. Hearing this, he just smirks slightly. Honestly, it is a hilarious coincidence. The same Peter and Chloe everyone is praising. He literally bumped into them while watch shopping recently. When they discovered he was the major shareholder of Vacheron Constantin, their eyes almost fell out of their heads. Even now, he vividly remembers their absolutely priceless, stunned reactions. I guess I will skip this gathering. Peter finally replies in chat. Do not say that, Brother Peter. You are the most successful guy from our class now. What is the point of even having this dinner without you? Yeah, I need a job. Maybe Peter can hire me. So what do you and I think happens next? Let us dive into this chat. Peter gets completely flattered by the group feeling totally on top of the world. He laughs, promising to attend their upcoming class gathering. Someone suddenly asks about Arthur. Back in their college days, he was the absolute idol of their entire class. Dave drops a massive bomb mentioning Chloe liked him. That single sentence instantly sinks Peter's cheerful mood into pure rage. Wayne immediately jumps in to defend Peter. Why would Dave recklessly poke at his friend's painful old romantic scars? Wayne, Peter's loyal lackey, fires back, but Dave is famously blunt, asking if he cannot just tell the absolute truth. Dave replies firmly, showing absolutely zero signs of weakness. Right as the argument heats up, Arthur sends a calm message. Since everyone wants to meet, gathering sounds completely perfect. Arthur finally appears. Everyone starts asking how he is doing, hearing rumors that he joined a really amazing software company. Honestly, most of these jealous guys are just eagerly waiting for him to fail so they can laugh. Zach quickly chimes in, bragging that Boss Arthur's incredible achievements are beyond their imagination. Zach hates seeing anyone look down on his boss. He cannot help but fiercely speak up to defend Arthur. The chat mocks him immediately. Why act like Arthur's little sidekick even after they all graduated? Still calling him boss. They laugh uncontrollably, telling him to be realistic in the real world. Whoever has the money is the real boss. Many classmates deeply agree and quickly chime in. Now watch closely. Zach promises they will be completely blown away by Arthur at the upcoming gathering. Zach types indignantly. The class just laughs, telling him to stop joking around. They mockingly wonder what kind of massive status Arthur could possibly have. Could he really be stronger than Peter? Wayne's group acts incredibly sour. Then Arthur casually replies that he is just an unemployed vagrant right now. He stops Zach from hyping him up. Wait, unemployed. Did the former idol actually get fired? Arthur unemployed right after graduation, real adult society is truly sinister. The guys pretend to be concerned, but secretly they are rejoicing. However, Arthur completely ignores their fake sympathy. Honestly, revealing his true billionaire status now would just create a massive, terrifying sense of distance. Deal 3 days later at Magic City's Fang restaurant. Chris immediately asks about this unfamiliar place. Never heard of it, eating there feels too cheap. Haley, usually quiet, suddenly speaks up. But Fung Restaurant is not cheap. It costs several hundred per person and they are mostly interns. Chris feels surprised by her tone. She already talked to her wealthy boyfriend. Her boyfriend generously offered to book Han Pavilion for their gathering in 3 days. Everyone should just go directly there. You and I see that smirk. Haley's arrogant disdain is just painfully obvious. The legendary Han Pavilion is hailed as the country's ultimate 5-star peak. It costs tens of thousands per person. For dozens of classmates, that meal means hundreds of thousands. Chris asks for opinions. They happily agree since a huge big shot is treating. Everyone desperately wants to broaden their horizons and finally meet such an insanely rich boss. The classmates chatter excitedly. Most have never experienced this elite level before. If someone else is paying, they absolutely have to go. Settled, Chris finalizes the details while Arthur just shrugs his shoulders indifferently. He just wants to see a few good buddies he liked back in college. The others do not matter. Suddenly, the door opens. Monica steps in wearing a stunning outfit. One single glance makes Arthur's heart race. He hastily drops his phone, trying hard to control his breathing. This super beauty has a fiery figure, giving off a strong, elegant vibe while standing there. Any normal man would find it incredibly hard to stay calm. Ready to serve as his loyal maid, Monica bites her lip with a fiery, intense gaze. Before he can even speak, Monica steps over gracefully and starts a relaxing massage, understanding exactly what he needs. No matter what she does, she makes Arthur feel incredibly happy. From the balcony to that panoramic sofa, every single moment brings him profound joy and unforgettable impressions. Ultimately, the evening ends. After bathing, he contentedly falls into a very deep, peaceful sleep. His martial arts built an insanely tough body. Trust me, we are not ready. Trust me. You and I are about to watch the ultimate flex. Our guy has already secured absolutely everything he wanted. Monica stares at Arthur's face with pure adoration. Fully satisfied, she drifts right off into a super deep sleep. 8 a.m. sharp. Those elite state banquet chefs he hired with insane amounts of money are already prepping premium ingredients for his morning feast. These top-tier chefs are not just cooking legends, they are elite nutrition masters. They crafted a totally custom menu for Arthur, blending absolute peak health with ridiculously delicious 5-star flavors. And obviously, premium health tonics are completely mandatory here. The chefs instantly agreed on this after seeing his massive villa packed with a whole squad of gorgeous lace-wearing maids. Crazy. Rich guys really live differently. These stunning top-tier beauties are actually just working as basic house cleaners. Clearly, cleaning is not their only job, right? Chef Chen smirks and raises an eyebrow. So many maids. I have no idea how the boss handles every single night. Overworking his body like that cannot be healthy. The head chef immediately snaps back. We are elite chefs. If his health drops under our watch, we would be a total disgrace to cooking. Right, exactly. The panicked chefs wipe their sweat. We need more tonic soup immediately. I refuse to let high society mock us for failing to keep his body in shape. The head chef fiercely adds several wildly expensive tonic soups to up the menu. Meanwhile, Arthur sleeps like a rock. He stretches his back, playfully pinches Monica's soft curves one last time, and finally rolls out of bed. However, by the time Arthur finishes washing up and drying his hair, he walks back into the bedroom and sees Yumo still resting. Why are you hiding in bed? Her cute face instantly turns bright red. You are way too amazing. My legs are completely useless right now. Seeing Momo pouting so adorably makes him burst into a loud, happy laugh. Relax. I just stepped outside to check on our massive breakfast spread earlier. There are tons of premium nourishing tonics ready, definitely enough to restore your energy. Momo blushes harder. Master, you are so mischievous. For breakfast, counting Guanru, the other girls, and the elite chefs there, were easily a full dozen people. Now watch closely here. Villa number 1's massive dining room easily handled that huge crowd. A dozen people sitting down together did not feel cramped at all. It honestly felt like a grand medieval royal family gathering instead. Total luxury. Sitting in the master seat eating fresh shrimp and smooth egg, Arthur realizes this exact dish would cost an absolute fortune back at the famous Han Pavilion. Oh, by the way, boss, when we left Han Pavilion, the old owner was not angry. He actually told us to serve you well with our best efforts. He even forced us to deliver Han Pavilion's legendary Black Dragon Supreme Gold card directly to you. Chef Dog Jianfeng respectfully hands the sleek black card right to Arthur, who raises an eyebrow. It was incredibly easy for him to figure out the Han Pavilion owner's strategy. You and I both know the deal. The boss realized Arthur is a true titan. You cannot offend him, so you better become his best friend. So what is the exact story behind this Black Dragon card? Arthur asks, smiling. If that guy actually used this specific card as a peace offering, it is definitely something extraordinary. The Black Dragon Supreme is Han Pavilion's ultimate VIP tier. Until today, only 2 other people in the world had one. One is Warren Buffett, who dined there 2 years ago. The second is Chairman Wang, the absolute boss of the massive Yida real estate group empire. Arthur raises an eyebrow. Warren Buffett is undeniably famous, the legendary financial god hailed by investors globally. So that absolute powerhouse actually stopped by Han Pavilion for a quick fancy lunch. And as for Chairman Wang of Yida Real Estate, the man literally dominated the richest man spot in Hoxia for years. He is a massive household name requiring absolutely zero introduction today. Arthur smoothly pockets the Black Dragon Supreme card. Holding this elite card grants unlimited free meals for life. It labels you a top-tier VIP, unlocking access to the legendary Black Dragon Pavilion private dining room. Exactly. That specific room strictly stays locked for anyone below the prestigious Black Dragon card rank. It is an ultra-private sanctuary built strictly for hosting those supreme Black Dragon-level guests. The elite chefs quickly highlight the lifetime free aspect. That is insanely generous. What do you and I learn here? Dropping $5 million on one single meal absolutely terrifies top restaurant owners. With the serious business handled, those master chefs proudly start explaining every single breakfast dish. Stick with me, check out these supplements. They heavily pushed him to eat more. Arthur totally caught on to the chef's funny intentions, and he genuinely did not know whether to laugh or cry. He was literally a grandmaster of national martial arts now. With endless energy and vast sea-like vitality, how could that tiny thing possibly drain him? Anyway, this epic morning breakfast session was finally completely finished up. He grabbed the head chef's bank card and casually transferred 10 million straight over. Boss, what is this? Du Jianfeng's eyes widened, completely shocked by Arthur's flex. This is the fee for your ingredients. When buying groceries, strictly pick out the absolute most top-tier items available. If that is not enough, just tell me. Arthur simply laughed. Enough, that is definitely enough. Du Jianfeng seriously did not know whether to laugh or cry. Top-tier ingredients are pricey, sure, but dropping 10 million at once for simple groceries was wonderfully and wildly insane. Do not try saving money for me. I am definitely not afraid of spending today. I just fear not being able to spend it. He genuinely wanted him to burn through all this cash today and then casually transferred another cool 10 million straight to Guan Roy. Just for basic household daily necessities and groceries. Always pick out the absolute most expensive ones. I bet 10 million will not last very long at all. If it runs out, just tell me. Then report the expenses to Sister Yu. Okay, 10 million will not last long. Are these words actually spoken by a real human? Ever since meeting Arthur, everyone's entire worldview on money completely shattered into pieces. Oh, right. Now watch this carefully, guys. Come visit the car dealership later, he said casually, looking straight at Yu Momo, who was secretly giggling nearby. Ah, master buying another car again. Yu Momo totally widened her eyes in pure astonishment. Is that 80 million Lamborghini Veneno really not enough for you to drive around? That is just one single car. It definitely will not help when everyone goes out buying daily groceries. Plus, that broken car of mine only has 2 tiny seats. It is incredibly inconvenient. He casually shrugged his shoulders. I plan to grab a big guy. A broken car, everyone internally screamed out loudly, holy crap. So in Arthur's eyes, a Lamborghini Veneno worth 80 million was literally just a completely broken down car with only 2 tiny seats. Master, if you want another car, there happens to be a massive auto show right here in the Magic City. You should look, Momo suggested, finally recovering from her absolute shock. An auto show that actually perfectly saved him the annoying trouble of visiting dealerships one by one. The Magic City Auto Show definitely features every single luxury car you could possibly ever imagine. Perfect. Pack up. Let us head directly to the auto show right now. Yumomo quickly rushed outside to prepare the car. 1 hour later, they stepped out of the Lamborghini Veneno. The giant auto show venue was already totally packed with people. Most people were literally just there, feasting their eyes, completely knowing they could never afford the cars. Because this massive auto show covered a full 50,000 square meters, holding absolutely all the biggest luxury car brands in Magic City. Yumomo did her homework en route, nodding repeatedly. Let us head straight inside and take a look. Holy crap! A Lamborghini Veneno, a super wealthy boss driving an 80 million luxury ride to the auto show this time, is probably buying something incredibly high-end today, right? Exactly right. Definitely not just like us who purely came to window shop today. Ha ha! You and I both know we have to follow him to broaden our horizons. They headed straight for the Rolls-Royce exhibition area in the center. The main exhibit was the absolute pinnacle of Rolls-Royce, a fully loaded Rolls-Royce Phantom, especially featuring that shiny golden hood figurine, highlighted pure, brilliant luxury absolutely perfectly. Seeing that steady, massively imposing body and epic, heroic temperament, Arthur was instantly attracted. This is it. Casually pointing directly at the fully loaded Rolls-Royce Phantom. How much I will completely take it. The spectators trailing behind Arthur to watch the show were completely dumbfounded. Is this really what a divine rich boss is like? That casual tone. Why does it sound exactly like buying cabbages at the market? A fully loaded Phantom starts at 40 million. It was placed here purely to look incredibly good. They honestly never expected this massive beast to actually sell. Sir, are you really serious? This Phantom is a fully loaded upgraded model. The price is 58 million. The staff member completely stuttered in pure shock. Holy crap, 60 million! Is this super young kid really going to just buy it? He is probably joking, right? Truly a fearless young kid talking so incredibly big. Now that he knows the insane price, he will definitely run away, totally embarrassed. Ha ha. A huge crowd of auto show visitors nearby all openly mocked and sneered. Is that so? He calmly nodded. Since it is so cheap, add this one and this one to round it up to 100 million. So, what do you and I make of this? They clearly have zero idea. He is absolutely serious about rounding up to 100 million. Stick with me here. This guy is totally just talking big without 100 million in net worth. Besides, blowing hot air costs absolutely nothing. Hearing those tourists gossip made Momo feel somewhat uncomfortable beside him. Just swipe the card. Honestly, Arthur completely ignored the sheer jealousy radiating from those penniless losers. Driving those shiny luxury cars away later would perfectly show everyone who the real clowns actually were. The staff member visibly shuddered upon seeing that Centurion black gold card in his hand. Holy cow, a real black card. Only the absolute biggest shots at the very top of society hold this Centurion black gold card. I am ruined. I totally doomed myself by mocking him earlier. How could a massive boss holding a Centurion black gold card ever struggle to afford a simple car? Will he actually retaliate against me? Let me tell you straight. He arrived driving a Lamborghini Veneno. We kept quiet earlier just to watch your arrogant faces get completely slapped. The tourists following Arthur inside suddenly burst into loud, cheerful laughter. The ones jumping around highest just now blushed with deep shame, quickly lowering their heads and quietly squeezing their way out. This is an absolute real big shot. Cannot afford to provoke him at all. Definitely time to quietly slip away. Now pay attention here. How long will you stand dazed? After swiping this card, I still need to continue shopping today. Arthur frowned at the sales rep who was stuck in a trance and completely unable to speak. Boss, please wait just one single moment. I will instantly process this for you at lightning speed. The shocked sales rep finally snapped out of his daze. How could anyone dare neglect a massive boss holding a Centurion black gold card? Procedures that normally drag on for days were instantly expedited and fully resolved in an extremely short time. Mr. Arthur, the total is 138 million. The card is swiped. Please keep this safe. The amazed sales manager respectfully handed that Centurion black card back to Arthur using both hands. Ding. System detected the host spent 138 million on transport. Rewarded with 10 entire buildings of school district housing in Magic City. 10 whole buildings of school district housing. Arthur simply could not help but suck in a sharp breath of pure shock. 10 buildings absolutely does not mean 10 apartments. One building has dozens of units. That equals over 100 apartments, right? 10 whole buildings of school housing means 1 to 2,000 apartments. Plus, these are premium school district houses in Magic City. Conservatively calculating 1,000 apartments at $15 million each, Arthur instantly gained almost $20 billion in total assets. This is way too awesome. He felt some truly unparalleled secret joy inside. You and I both know what comes next. Renting out all these schoolhouses guarantees a massive amount of liquid cash flow yearly. If renting gets boring, I will simply sell them in bulk. Do not even ask why. Having way too many houses means I can be totally willful. Originally, Arthur thought lying around in giant money piles every day would definitely feel meaningless. But right now, with these schoolhouses, he could temporarily play the super fun role of landlord. No wonder those incredibly wealthy people who absolutely never need to work still insist on personally going out to collect rent from their tenants. Arthur finally understood the exact psychology of those divine rich bosses possessing entirely too much money. Being perfectly idle feels uncomfortable, Mr. Arthur, Mr. Arthur. The sales manager humbly rubbed his hands together and smiled a very flattering smile. Arthur glanced over. Where should we deliver these luxury cars for you? After all, Arthur and his beautiful housekeeper were just two single people. With his highly shrewd nature, the manager naturally knew he absolutely had to deliver them. Just drop them off at Villa Number 1 on Yunding Mountain. Discuss all the specifics with my housekeeper. Arthur pointed straight at Momo standing right behind him. Okay. The stunned sales manager wiped his eyes. What kind of terrifyingly awesome existence was this young man here, buying expensive luxury cars like buying cheap cabbage, casually opening his mouth to drop over 100 million? Now it actually seemed that the legendary king of villas which two famous billionaires desperately fought over belonged entirely to him. Yunding Mountain Villa Number 1. Is that not Magic City's ultimate king of villas that two massive billionaires competed for but ultimately failed to secure? Although originally listed at 800 million, rumor says the intense bidding war between those billionaires actually pushed its current market value to 2 or 3 billion. A majestic villa worth 2 or 3 billion. Holy cow, being this insanely rich is awesome. Arthur was completely accustomed to all the loud exclamations from the crowd, simply walking straight toward the adjacent exhibition area. He came today precisely to buy several amazing luxury cars and effortlessly make huge money by spending cash along the way. Although his assets already reached hundreds of billions, the primary bulk of his actual cash was still that billion from the Empire Financial Building's rent collection. In Arthur's current view, that amount was indeed way too little, completely failing to match his massive current net worth. Watch closely now. He confidently strolled right into that massive supercar exhibition area. Stick with me. We are about to watch a guy drop 36 million on a Ferrari LaFerrari just because it looks cool. A 73 million Maybach Zellero limited to 3 globally. He buys it if it catches his eye. He buys it all. The more cash he burns, the richer he gets. Price means absolutely nothing anymore. The crowd following Arthur is absolutely stunned. Small influencers at the venue are scrambling, totally unwilling to miss this massive flex. They go live instantly, making their broadcast channels completely blow up. People are losing their minds. This rich boss Arthur has bought 30 luxury rides worth tens of millions so far. Does he treat these multi-million-dollar supercars like cheap groceries? It is genuinely mind-boggling to witness. Up ahead is the Koenigsegg exhibition, the ultimate top-tier luxury ride. Everyone wonders, will Arthur actually swipe his card for this absolute beast? Come on, is that even a real question? His black card has a $1 billion daily limit, enough to easily buy out this entire auto show. Now pay attention, here is where it gets absolutely wild. The Koenigsegg manager already heard about this wealthy boss buying everything in sight. He sprints out immediately. Even from way down the hall, he is already bowing and loudly welcoming Arthur like absolute royalty. A true boss gets total respect. Usually, Koenigsegg sales reps walk around acting completely above everyone else. They barely look at normal people. But today, they sprinted all the way out here just to greet Boss Arthur. Someone whispers that their billionaire uncle visited this exact Koenigsegg hall before, and the staff completely ignored his entire existence. That is the Arthur difference, baby. The manager presents the world's #1 limited edition sports car, the undisputed absolute king of this entire venue. Nobody dares challenge its crown. But Arthur, he just sizes up the Koenigsegg and smirks. He says it looks a bit ugly. The crowd freezes. $100 million masterpiece completely roasted as ugly. Whatever he buys it, He waves his hand, grabbing it to perfectly round off to 1 billion. Buying this Koenigsegg perfectly pushes his spending tonight right past that magic $1 billion mark. Hoping for a system reward, the tourists are paralyzed with shock. This guy is terrifying. Dropping over 100 million on a supercar just to hit a lucky round number, absolute madness. I know what you are thinking, this level of insane wealth is basically impossible to wrap your head around. Exactly. After a wild day of shopping, Arthur successfully leveled up from a rich boss to the wealthiest man in Huxia. Fully satisfied, Arthur has staff deliver the Lamborghini Veneno. Meanwhile, he and Yu Momo hop into the Koenigsegg, totally ignoring those extremely jealous car models. The moment the Koenigsegg starts, it blasts an epic roar way louder than an Audi. If an Audi is a quick mountain runner, this Koenigsegg is a literal roaring tiger. Tapping the gas, the Koenigsegg transforms into a blur, tearing straight through the busy, glowing streets of the Magic City. The pure thrill of that intense acceleration hits hard. Driving the ultimate emperor of supercars feels completely exhilarating. Yu Momo watches in absolute awe. Minutes later, the Koenigsegg smoothly arrives at the massive Yunding villa. Suddenly, the phone rings. Fang Han. Arthur frowns before remembering he is the founder of Jin Changeng law firm. But Arthur is the real boss. Fang Han speaks to him with absolute shaking politeness. Unlike others just guessing, this giant law firm actually has an incredibly powerful, deep information network. Yet even they could not dig up Arthur's past, leaving Fang Han filled with absolute dread and awe. Remember, Arthur used to be a totally broke loser who skipped 9 meals in 3 days. But now he rolls with luxury supercars and beauties. He flexes a 70 million Lamborghini daily and literally has 5 beautiful maids taking turns keeping him company at home. And all this happened because a bad blind date unlocked the epic spend money to get rich revenge system. Back at the Grand Villa, the phone rings again. It is Fang Han, the legendary founder of Jin Changeng law firm. Knowing Arthur holds the power, Fang Han speaks up using the most respectful tone imaginable. Because this elite firm's vast network completely failed to uncover the truth about our mysterious billionaire. The complete terrifying mystery of Arthur's background makes this veteran lawyer shake with deep fear and absolute reverence. Arthur just laughs happily. So what do you and I think happens next with this lawyer? Trust me, you want to see this? Stick with me here, you and I are about to watch some brilliant power moves. The top partners want to pay a visit. Oh, just drop by for dinner then. You smile slightly, knowing exactly what this little request truly means. When your connections hit Fang Han's level, your schemes are absolutely top tier. For them to show up suddenly, they definitely want to test and surprise you. Jing Chong Law Firm is an incredibly valuable asset for you right now. Since they want a test, you have to hit them with pure shock and awe. Cut to the Jin Chang Law Firm headquarters. Fang Han gives Alvin and Cage a serious look. I already locked in a schedule to visit Mr. Arthur at his residence tonight. Visiting the legendary, mysterious Mr. Arthur. Cage's face immediately lights up with intense curiosity. Hearing that even Fang Han failed to dig up Arthur's past, he became obsessed with this impossibly rich, generous, and totally mysterious young boss. Heh! Alvin just dismissively curls his lip. As the absolute ace lawyer of the firm, his fame is international. Seriously, what kind of crazy scenes hasn't he witnessed? His massive ego refuses to show fear before they even meet. I am warning you, Alvin, be careful, Fang Han states with an uneasy tone. When facing Mr. Arthur, you must respect his status. His real background might be way beyond anything we can ever imagine. Yeah, I know, Alvin waves his hand, completely annoyed. If he actually has the massive power to conquer me, I will naturally show him respect just like I respect you, Fang. But if he isn't worthy of my admiration, I truly do not care at all about how much he makes. Alvin indeed possessed the absolute qualifications to claim this. Watch closely with me. With his broken skills, he never lacks cash anywhere. Zero financial ties means he literally never bows to anyone else. Sigh. Fang Han helplessly shakes his head. Go prepare yourselves perfectly. This massive meeting tonight will be extremely critical for us. Got it. Cage and Alvin both nod, turning to leave immediately. Fang Han sits in his office chair, twirling a pen, his gaze staring at the busy streets outside the building, silently pondering some completely unknown thoughts. Meanwhile, right after setting down the phone at Yunding Mountain Villa, you get a quick message from Lily. Arthur, an afternoon tea date. You raise an eyebrow. This cheerful little girl is quite romantic. Pick a coffee shop nearby. Send me the location. I will be right there. Okay, I absolutely promise to complete the fun mission. Shaking your head, you glance over at Yumo. If I happen to return late tonight, you host Fang Han and his crew first. Oh, got it. Yumo playfully pouts, pulling a funny face at Arthur. She knows exactly what Arthur is doing, but what right does she have to block the master's personal decisions? I was perfectly prepared for this anyway. She smiles, shaking her head smoothly, turning on the navigation straight toward Pinxiang Coffee. You casually wait around. A super sports car like the Koenigsegg naturally comes totally loaded with the most advanced automatic navigation system. Destination fully received, Pinxiang Coffee. Proceed straight ahead. Vroom. With Koenigsegg speed, you quickly arrive at Pinxiang Coffee. After parking it, you step right into the coffee shop. Pinxiang is a totally top-tier coffee chain across the entire Magic City, spreading through massive first-tier cities, quickly trending to become absolute #1 in the industry. The coffee inside naturally carries a massively hefty price. You and I both know what happens next. You enter and see some suited guy babbling at Lily, flashing his Rolex pacing with weird pigeon toes. Lily's face shows clear annoyance as she explains something. Seeing this ridiculous situation, you instantly frown. You already consider Lily to be your girl. This foolish guy is truly totally ignorant of the immense difference between heaven and earth. Beauty, even if you're waiting there, is zero harm in adding my contact info, right? I am super confident that I hold real status in the Magic City. Getting to know me, maybe I can even help your pathetic boyfriend find a decent job in the future. Ha ha! This Rolex pigeon-toed man seems extremely full of himself, but his arrogant self-satisfaction only makes him completely repulsive in Lily's eyes. Arthur, seeing you finally arrive, Lily's eyes reveal pure joy, waving her hands repeatedly. Oh, so this is the little boyfriend you are waiting for. The Rolex pigeon man raises an eyebrow, staring at Arthur with intensely unfriendly eyes. Step aside, you say faintly. Step aside, but my legs will not listen to me. The Rolex guy sneers. The surrounding customers all look toward this area, especially the many guys drooling over Lily's unmatched beauty, naturally feeling completely and utterly jealous. Arthur, being so young yet scoring such a stunning girlfriend, makes them all secretly wish someone would violently teach him a lesson about society's sinister nature. Haha, this young brother is probably seeing this intense situation for the very first time, right? Who told him to find such a beautiful girlfriend? Pathetic. You smile, but your cold smile contains a heavy trace of pure, dangerous intent. If you cannot walk properly, I will make you crawl out of here. Oh, you're arrogant, kid. He smugly shakes his Rolex and smiles. Trust me, we will love what happens next. Check out this absolute flex right here. That is a pure green Rolex Submariner. Wow, this guy is seriously loaded. That specific watch goes for around 300,000, dropping 300K on just a single timepiece. Pure wealth. Everyone getting coffee here is definitely a professional, so they instantly recognize those crazy luxury price tags. You and I have seen this classic drama before. Let us see who this girl actually picks today. Now Arthur was rocking that quiet luxury style today. Even though his outfit literally cost hundreds of thousands, a normal person simply would not recognize the secret brands on that suit. So the crowd totally assumed he was completely broke. Is it even a question they think she will pick the money? Who does not love pure cash? That watch alone is 300,000. Sticking with this boss guarantees an easy life. Why stay with the poor guy? A girl should treat herself well. The gold diggers nearby immediately started gossiping super loudly. Hear that our Rolex guy Li Xiaoyang smiled like a villain. Acting tough with me, you are totally out of your league, glaring at me. Want to fight? Listen closely, my uncle is the chairman of Zhongli. He is worth billions. If you even touch me, you are going away for life. Zhang Li Company, the absolute biggest financial giant in the city. Worth tens of billions. No wonder this kid is cocky. Many people froze at the Zhang Li name. The gold digger's eyes shined even brighter. Zhang Li Arthur just chuckled darkly, calming a furious Lily, before looking at Li Xiaoyang. I actually wanted to do it myself, but teaching a kid like you a lesson lowers my status. Pay attention here. Arthur smirked. You offered your face for a slap. Kid, did you not hear me? Zhang Li Building. That massive investment company worth tens of billions. Li Xiaoyang stared at Arthur mockingly. What gives you the crazy confidence to tell me to leave? You should roll out of here yourself. If your little girlfriend stays behind, I might just consider letting you walk away today. Li Xiaoyang completely sneered. I said you will crawl out of here today, so you definitely will. You are way too young. Knowing his background but still acting tough, he is definitely going to be completely humiliated. The cafe customers shook their heads. "You guys?" Lily gritted her teeth. "Brother Arthur is—" The men stopped their sarcasm, but their internal thoughts had not changed at all. Arthur smiled completely unbothered. "I will have your uncle personally order you to roll out today." The whole cafe nearly choked. "I know what you are thinking. Does Arthur even realize what tens of billions actually means?" "Yo, haha, bring it on. I want to see what power you have to make me roll out." Li Xiaoyang felt incredibly secure admiring his shiny Rolex while Arthur immediately dialed Fang Xiao. "Hello, is this Boss Fang?" Seeing that number, Fang Xiao panicked. Arthur was a huge VIP who never just called randomly. "What is wrong?" he asked, terrified. "You have a nephew named Li Xiaoyang," Arthur asked coldly. Fang Xiao jumped up from his chair instantly, his heart absolutely trembling. Did that kid commit a crime and offend Arthur? "He did not exactly offend me directly," Arthur said calmly. "Phew, good." Just as Fang Xiao breathed a sigh of relief, Arthur casually added, "However, he is harassing my girlfriend and demanding I roll out." "What?" Fang Xiao almost had the heart attack. Just days ago, he was laughing at another boss for having an idiotic manager on staff. And today, bad luck hit him. This little bastard actually dared to disrespect Boss Arthur. How should we handle this? Fang Xiao absolutely did not dare to disobey, asking repeatedly. Whether paying cash or favors, his company could never afford to offend a VIP backing hundreds of billions in funds. This guy was just too terrifying. Offending him meant one simple move could instantly cause his company massive, devastating financial losses. Make him kneel, slap himself 10 times, and roll out. Arthur really emphasized rolling. Okay. Fang Xiao sighed in relief. As long as he could fix it, anything was fine. "I will call that little bastard right now." Arthur hung up the phone. "Yo, kid, quite the aura. Great acting, haha. A brat like you ordering my uncle around." "Think I believe that Li Xiaoyang totally mocked him?" Arthur shrugged. "Trust me, we are going to love watching this arrogant kid eat his own words." Before the words even left his mouth, Li Xiaoyang's phone started ringing. Absolute panic. "Stick with me here." Looking at that caller ID, he completely froze. Could this kid actually know the Jiang Li chairman? The surrounding crowd watched his total meltdown in pure confusion. Hand shaking, he finally answered the call, terrified and completely doubting his own sanity. "Listen here, you absolute fool. What kind of monumental disaster did you cause today?" Fang Xiao's furious voice absolutely roared through the speaker. "Do you realize our entire company surviving in the Empire building depends completely on Boss Arthur? One word from him and we are entirely ruined. Honestly, I want to kick you to the curb right now." Fang Xiao was raging so loud, completely losing it. Half the store heard every single word through the phone. The entire room instantly fell completely silent. Just spending $3 on a simple soda and suddenly driving away in an $80 million Lamborghini. Buy some street food noodles and boom, $1 billion in cash instantly hits the bank account. Buy a simple cup of milk tea and suddenly you acquire an entire commercial building worth tens of billions of dollars. Incredible power. And all because he failed a blind date. Now watch this. He just unlocked the ultimate rich revenge system, proudly taking Lily straight into the ultra-exclusive luxury Rainbow District today. Checking the map, this entire high-end area was built just for girls exclusively selling top-tier women's luxury items. This time he skipped the famous Devil No. 6 luxury street. The high-end stores there already knew him, especially Gongqing over at Vacheron Constantin. If he walked into Vacheron Constantin for a watch, they probably would refuse to let him pay a single dime, not letting him spend any cash at all. That completely defeats the purpose he still needed to spend money for revenge. Watch shopping comes first. He turned around and immediately spotted a Patek Philippe direct store. "Welcome, sir. Are you looking to buy a premium watch for your lovely girlfriend?" The staff at Patek Philippe were clearly trained experts when spotting true luxury buyers. After one quick glance, they instantly recognized Arthur's incredibly expensive outfit, rushing over to welcome him with overwhelming and eager enthusiasm. "Yeah, just go ahead and show me the most expensive items in your store." The sales team definitely caught the heavy flex in Arthur's tone, though still slightly cautious. "Sir, our absolute finest piece is the Model 5002 Sky Moon Tourbillon. We can take you to see it right now." He just waved his hand dismissively. "Price first. If it is too cheap, I will not bother looking." "Well, sir, this Patek Philippe Tourbillon features master craftsmanship and a very premium price tag. It retails for around $8.8 million. An incredibly gorgeous piece, the ultimate flex for top-tier elites in the Magic City. Hearing him actually say, if it is too cheap, never mind. You and I are probably thinking the same thing here. The reps were absolutely stunned. Are you joking? He just frowned and turned around to leave. Wait, sir. The staff totally panicked. He honestly thought 8.8 million was cheap. Losing a massive whale like this would be a catastrophic disaster for their careers. Sir, the legendary tier you are demanding is simply way too high. We have zero authority to make this happen. Please wait a second while we grab our manager. Yes, we are just basic retail workers here. Those absolute top-tier elite watches are way above our pay grade. He stopped right there. Seconds later, an elegant and stunning manager quickly hurried out. Sir, I sincerely apologize for how our junior staff handled things. Yeah, he just nodded. So are you going to show me the most expensive watch now? Sir, our global headquarters demands that for security reasons, entering the VIP Core Exhibition Hall at the Magic City branch requires strict asset verification. Only elite VIPs holding over 10 billion in assets qualify. Please understand. Gao Yuanyuan smiled, judging him. Could a guy this young genuinely have tens of billions in personal cash? Daddy's money definitely would not count in this exclusive club. Being an elite watch brand, they catered exclusively to real titans. You literally needed tens of billions in your own name just to get through the door. Proof of assets! Arthur just smirked casually, tossing his exclusive Centurion black card over. Just check the balance on this. Staring at the legendary black card, Gao Yuanyuan literally started shaking. She bowed repeatedly, handing the card back with maximum respect. That Centurion black card was absolute proof. I was completely blind to your status. Please forgive my disrespect, sir. He nodded as the manager finally guided them straight into the VIP room. The nearby sales team immediately exploded into crazy, excited whispers. Goodness gracious, I have sold luxury items here for years, and this is my first time seeing a real Centurion black card in person. The absolute king, only the absolute highest tier billionaires in the entire world can even hold that card. So what do you and I learn from this? When a guy calls an $8.8 million watch cheap, believe him. He is the real deal. You and I are about to watch the wildest rich guy flex. How much karma does a girl need to land a billionaire boyfriend? Arthur totally ignores the whispering staff. The manager speaks up. Welcome to the elite Patek Philippe exhibition hall. Only top-tier luxury watches worth tens of millions are allowed in this display. Anything even pricier goes straight to elite auction houses, so headquarters never sends them to our store. Gao Yuanyuan smiles politely. Sounds fine. Just show me the absolute most expensive piece you have right now. Make sure it suits her perfectly. Manager Gao walks straight toward the center of the room. A single luxury watch sits inside a crystal case. Our ultimate treasure is the Patek Philippe Ref 27. It is flawlessly forged from pure gold and packed with 24 huge diamonds. A total masterpiece of design. It ranks number 2 globally for women's luxury watches. Factoring in the price and flawless technique, it is basically royalty. Staring at this blindingly bright masterpiece, even the general manager herself can only dream of owning something like this. The current price is 50 million Hassa coins. Are you absolutely certain you want to buy this specific one, sir? Manager Gao looks at Arthur nervously, waiting for his answer. Because if he actually buys this, her commission alone makes her rich. Yeah, of course. Swipe the card, he says smoothly. Lily panics. Brother Arthur, this is way too expensive. 50 million for one watch is pure madness. Gao Yuanyuan glares at Lily with intense jealousy. Having an incredibly wealthy boyfriend spoiling you like this? Fairy tales only ever happen to other people. But wait. Arthur's next words spark some serious curiosity in Gao Yuanyuan's heart. You said this thing ranks second overall. Watch closely now. So what is number 1? Disappointment flashes in her eyes, but Gao instantly forces a professional smile. Number 1 is the Chopard 210 carat. It is entirely covered in rare gemstones. Truly the absolute empress of watches. Seems like I'll have to find time to get my hands on it. Knowing Arthur's personality, he always demands the absolute best. But I am afraid that is impossible, Gao Yuanyuan laughs bitterly. Why is it impossible? Because only 2 were ever made. One belongs to a mysterious billionaire, and the other is currently worn by the Queen of England. Sir, no matter how much power you hold, you wouldn't try to snatch the Queen of England's favorite watch, right? Manager Gao explains with a smug smile, the Queen of England. Arthur simply nods. We will cross paths eventually. Manager Gao freezes up quietly, studying Arthur. But honestly, dropping 50 million for a girl's gift without blinking, plus holding that legendary Centurion black card, her shock slowly fades away into pure awe. Reaching this extreme level of wealth so young, saying he might casually run into the Queen of England someday suddenly doesn't feel like a joke at all. Honestly, saying he already knows her wouldn't even be that crazy. Everything is settled. This Patek Philippe now belongs to Ms. Lily. Manager Gao announces, burning with absolute jealousy. Nice! Arthur easily slides the Patek Philippe Ref 27 right onto Lily's wrist, carefully adjusting the fit. Looks totally fine. Manager Gao instantly turns into a solid stone statue. Meanwhile, Lily just bursts out laughing. Look how completely awkward you made her feel. Who spends 50 million on a legendary watch just to say it looks pretty good? You probably think they're done shopping, right? Nope. Let's go browse more stores. Lily nods happily, her heart completely melting. Leaving the boutique, Arthur casually leads Lily straight into a massive luxury clothing department, packed with high-end designer gear. And so an absolutely insane shopping spree begins. The new Chanel Spring-Summer Couture collections, wrap up 2 of each. Louis Vuitton, same thing. If it is top-tier, money means nothing. Just buy everything. Prada, Hermes, Dior, Burberry, take it all, okay. Arthur, you seriously need to stop, Lily. Panics. My room will be completely stuffed. I won't even have space to walk. Remembering her small home closet, Lily desperately begs him to stop. Arthur is buying extreme luxury brands like they are cheap vegetables. Grabbing 10 sets with one hand, Wave leaves her absolutely speechless. This clothing trip alone easily burned through several million, right? Oh, easily. But compared to that 50 million watch pure pocket change, all right, clothes are handled. Now let's go check out the designer bags. Because girls love bags the most, right? Arthur laughs, rubbing his head before Lily can even protest. Suddenly, a loud argument nearby grabs their attention. The yelling is echoing out from a very expensive Chanel handbag store. Xiaolu, this bag is way too expensive. I seriously can't afford it. A stressed guy begs her. Whatever. The internet says a man making $100 must spend 101 on his girl. I just want this. Xiaolu throws a huge tantrum. And that's where we leave it today. A real man shouldn't be stingy. What is money even for if not spoiling women? Let's jump straight into the drama. A heavily made-up streamer suddenly butts in sneering. What should girls seek in boyfriends? Someone to pay the bills. Otherwise, how is it any different from just raising a dog? Xing Xiaolu instantly flared up, pointing straight at her boyfriend. You seek gorgeous women and still refuse to buy my bag. You're literally worse than a dog. A massive crowd gathered fast. Seriously, how can people act like this? Lily scoffed. This streamer had a totally rotten vibe, just constantly spouting out absolute garbage toxic advice for everyone to hear. A sensible girl like her felt completely disgusted by it. The poor boyfriend stood there frozen. To the snake-faced streamer, he was merely content. Wow, guess you just don't love your girlfriend. I'm kindly telling you to prove your loyalty, yet you glare at me. Ugh, guys like this are so unreliable. Seriously, sister, you need to dump him right now. A broke loser like him absolutely isn't worth wasting your precious youth on. Xiaolu, you know perfectly well the outfit you just bought literally maxed out my credit card and drained 2 whole months of my salary. I genuinely have 0 money left. Seeing her boyfriend still hesitating, Xiaolu absolutely lost it. Fine, Liwa, if you refuse to buy it for me, whatever. Watch closely here. I'll give you one chance to fix this. Tell me, Liwa begged. Kneel down right now, she screamed. Liwa immediately went weak at the knees, dropping straight to the floor. Whoa, his form is way too practiced. Haha, he definitely does this at home. How pathetic. He totally deserves getting a toxic girlfriend exactly like her. This woman is absolutely wild. The crowd shook their heads, sighing as they snapped back to reality. Liwa stared up at her in pure disbelief. Talk about losing face. Yet even while getting mocked, Xiaolu felt she did absolutely nothing wrong. Instead, she kept blaming her boyfriend. Didn't we agree never to do this outside? Liwa's entire face flushed burning red. Clenching his fists, he stood up, voice low, totally pushed to the edge of rage. What did you say? I haven't even scolded you yet, and you play the victim. Xiaolu crossed her arms, acting so high and mighty. Good. Very good! Liwa furiously smashed all those newly bought shopping bags right onto the floor. You absolute freaking shrew! Get as far away from me as possible. I am completely done. After shouting that, he just turned and marched off. Watching her personal cash machine walk away, Xiaolu stood stunned, then exploded with pure rage. "Leave then, never come back!" But after throwing a massive tantrum, she suddenly realized Liwa was totally serious this time. Panic finally hit her hard. Earning barely $3,000 a month at the bottom without her programmer boyfriend paying up, she'd literally eat dirt soon. "My cash machine! Wait, Liwa, don't run! Wait for me, I was wrong." "Okay," Arthur just sighed heavily. "You and I know face matters most. Acting up at home is one thing, but doing it outside totally earned that epic dumping. Honestly, that is the standard ending for a simp." Arthur felt zero sympathy. "Let's go." He smiled, ready to take Lily to the very next shop. This brain-dead toxic streamer completely ruined his mood for spending money. After successfully breaking up, a couple streamer Su Hong felt absolutely amazing. I just saved another sister. Hey chat, do you guys think I did the right thing? Sister Hong is literally an angel. Too bad that girl couldn't see clearly and still chased a scumbag who wouldn't spend any cash. The chat exploded with crazy praise, and her sales skyrocketed. This made Su Hong's mouth curve into a super greedy, wide smile. Though to any normal person watching, she looked absolutely hideous. Ooh, a brand new target. Successfully wrecking one couple and boosting her views, Su Hong got a taste of victory and eagerly hunted for her next victim. Her eyes locked onto Arthur and Lily right away. A talented guy and a gorgeous girl, simply the model couple. Ruining this perfect pair would definitely make her live stream explode again. Internally thrilled, she hurried straight over. "Hello, sir. Got a quick second for an interview?" Glancing at her, Arthur just sneered internally. She was obviously targeting them, setting a trap, but trying to play him, this streamer was way too amateur for that. "Sure." The second Arthur hit the screen, the girls in chat absolutely lost their minds. "Holy wow, so handsome, top tier, my absolute dream guy." "Yeah, but he actually looks super familiar, like I've seen him around before." Sister Hong dropped the location right now. "I am booking a flight right this second," seeing her chat going absolutely crazy. Sister Hong smirked with total confidence. "Little brother, do you really love your girlfriend? Would you max out every single credit card just for her?" "Max out credit cards? Nope." Arthur shrugged and answered super directly. Su Hong instantly froze. "Can you believe this guy? I'm streaming to thousands. You won't even pretend. Just a straight-up no," she thought. Wait, no. She actually preferred this. An honest jerk like him could be totally destroyed in just a few words. "Come along with me on this one." Everyone thought he was just a terrible boyfriend, completely unwilling to max out his credit card for his girlfriend. Just awful, right? Good looks honestly mean nothing here. This kind of guy is dangerous and... The chat completely exploded with angry complaints. But the real crowd, their eyes completely lit up. So many guys exhausted by ridiculous dating demands from their partners gave Arthur a massive thumbs up. Absolute legend behavior right there. Her first sneaky little trap completely failed today. Forcing Arthur to max out his card for a fancy designer bag was totally ruined. But honestly, that was perfectly fine for her anyway. As a professional online gold digger, she was totally ruthless with backup plans prepared. If one trick failed, she instantly switched tactics, claiming he simply lacked love for her. Not even willing to spend $10,000 or $20,000 on your girl. Modern men are truly so cold. So she quickly started using some classic reverse psychology on him. Arthur just sneered back. He genuinely wanted to broaden his horizons and see exactly which magical bag dares to sell for $10 billion. 10 billion absolute madness. The crowd completely lost their minds, originally just arriving here to watch him absolutely roast this toxic online streamer. Nobody expected this normal-looking guy to actually be a massive billionaire with a 10 billion limit. "Do you even hear yourself?" Su Hong nearly fainted from his words, screaming back in pure absolute disbelief. Now pay close attention. Is he actually serious? Absolute perfection, so incredibly satisfying. This is exactly how you handle people brainwashed by terrible advice. The whole surrounding crowd cheered wildly for him. After recovering their senses, everyone assumed Arthur was completely joking. What random bank card actually has a 10 billion limit? Thinking about it, it was obviously a funny prank. His entirely unpredictable response left Su Hong completely speechless. This kid is incredibly tough. Lily also stood there watching Su Hong with a tiny, sweet smile. Arthur is awesome. Leaving this toxic girl entirely speechless in just a few short words, he sure knows how to joke. If you cannot afford things, just admit it, honestly. Just go straight home and sleep if you want to daydream today. Su-hong aggressively rolled her eyes, launching another fierce counterattack. Do you honestly think I am joking with you? Fine then, let me ask, how much is your outfit actually worth? Considering your wild claim of a 10 billion limit, your clothes absolutely shouldn't look this insanely cheap, right? Su-hong sneered. How much? He answered calmly. Not much, honestly. Probably around 100 million or so. Su-hong was totally about to laugh when Arthur's very next sentence practically made her choke. What did you just say? Over 100 million? Are you literally wearing solid gold armor? Anyone can blow hot air online. Exactly. He is definitely just pretending. Sister Hong, please do not back down now. Destroy this total scumbag right away. The crazy viewers in the stream typed furiously, completely setting the angry rhythm. You and I both know what's coming, right? Sister Hong smirked confidently. 100 million. Tell us the exact brands, mister. If you really doubt me, this jacket is low-key luxury Zegna custom. Probably around 700,000 or 800,000. The shoes, Savile Row, custom about 500,000. Ace for my watch, Vacheron Constantin Le Cabinotier 0002. I don't know the exact price, but it starts at 100 million minimum, Arthur calmly explained. Every single sentence landed like a massive depth charge, sending continuous waves of absolute shock throughout the entire stream. Insane. I didn't look too closely earlier, but that honestly is private Zegna custom luxury. The chairman of my father's company wears this exact brand. No possible way, I literally thought he was faking those brands. So if his clothes are actually real, that watch is entirely real too. The viewer stuttered in fear. What kind of legendary billionaire boss is this? An outfit totaling over 100 million. Everyone's worldview completely shattered. Insane. It genuinely is the legendary Vacheron Constantin Cabinotier 0002, the exact model famous emperors wear at 100 million, even with 10 billion cash without connections. You cannot get it. The watch enthusiasts in the crowd screamed in pure awe. If you still don't believe me, can this Centurion Black Gold card actually be faked? He pulled the legendary Centurion Black Gold card from his pocket, smoothly flashing it directly in front of Su-hong's wide eyes. When the mythical black card appeared, Su-hong completely deflated. Oh my gosh, the actual Centurion Black card. This guy is a true world-class billionaire boss. Oh my goodness, I totally remember him now. Isn't that girl the popular streamer named Lily on the short video app? Yes, absolutely. That insane carnival battle on her stream really got my blood completely pumping. Could this random guy genuinely be the legendary wealthy boss Arthur who entirely broke the internet recently? Absolute madness. A true god is standing right here and I was completely blind to it. So disrespectful. The toxic girls in the broadcast room completely forgot how terribly they had just mocked him earlier. So what do you and I learn from this? Seeing his $100 million outfit, they went absolutely feral, aggressively begging Su-hong for Arthur's contact info, desperately trying to instantly date him. Sisters, I remember everything. Let's dive in. Isn't this the piano god from that viral Zig Guangji video? I knew he looked so incredibly familiar. For days, I have dreamt of him as my literal Prince Charming. And I actually just insulted my own absolute idol. She regretted it intensely. Meanwhile, Swang had completely lost her pride. Her cheeks were absolutely burning with deep, embarrassing pain. How could she possibly stand before Arthur now? She had already quietly slipped away, totally covered in pure, absolute disgrace. With that drama handled, Arthur continued his incredibly joyous shopping spree with Lily. After grabbing several more top-tier designer bags, he finally guided a fully loaded Lily right out of the glamorous Rainbow District. Today, dropping tens of millions in deposits magically rewarded him with roughly 8 to 10 billion. But honestly, with over 100 billion sitting in Arthur's bank account, this massive amount no longer brought him any real surprise. After escorting Lily to the Fuha residential area and strolling around, she finally went upstairs with a very reluctant sigh. It was not until Arthur sat inside his Koenigsegg that the familiar system notification chime rang. Congratulations! Exceeding 55.55 million in daily spending triggered today's hidden reward. All-around sports mastery. By gaining total sports mastery, he instantly masters every known sport on Earth. This intense mastery rivals absolute Olympic champions, hitting the true ceiling of human ability. The system definitely holds some wild tricks. Now watch closely, he inexplicably triggered a hidden reward, making this his third special bonus. Once for incredible martial arts, another for musical instruments, and now ultimate sports mastery. There are literally thousands of different sports globally, mastering every single one at an Olympic champion level. That concept is absolutely mind-boggling to imagine. It is simply way too overpowered. Not bad at all. He thoroughly loved this reward. Glancing up, dinner time was fast approaching. It was finally time to head back. Hitting the gas, his Koenigsegg roared loudly, shooting like a total phantom straight toward the lavish Yunding Mountain Villa area. A premium Land Rover Range Rover parked directly near the main entrance. The street price of this exact model was easily 3 or 4 million. If they were anywhere else, this vehicle would absolutely be treated like a pure luxury car. But inside the Yunding Mountain Villa area, it looked cheap, a Land Rover. Did some rich family's nanny just return from buying groceries? That license plate is not registered here. Several security guards stepped out of the guardhouse, exchanging very confused looks. Hello there. We are here visiting Mr. Arthur at Villa Number 1. Fang Han confidently poked his head out the window. The security guard closely sized up the Land Rover. The king of Yunding Villas. That massive estate's market value is currently hyped well over 2 billion. You and I know the truth. Does a Land Rover driver really deserve his time? Catching the guard's half-smiling and totally mocking expression, Alvin spoke with intense displeasure. What are you looking down on us? Hey, foreign friend, it is nothing like that. It is mainly because the owner of Villa Number 1 holds an incredibly exalted status. If you want to visit, we simply cannot let you pass. Let us call Sister Momo to confirm everything first. The security guards quietly snickered inside, truly putting on an act. The incredibly proud and arrogant Alvin instantly formed a terrible impression of this entire Yunding Mountain Villa, holding furious anger inside his heart. As an elite super lawyer, bosses always surrounded and catered to him everywhere. Getting stopped by a simple gatekeeper here felt absolutely insulting. The real issue was they were not even intentionally making things difficult for him. It was simply because they genuinely appeared way too cheap for this Yunding Villa area. A few minutes later, finally confirming they were actually Arthur's guests, the security guards immediately switched to bright, deeply respectful smiles. They quickly opened the gate, letting Fang Han's group pass. Damn it, what a massive ego, giving us a real show of strength. Rolling past the gate, Alvin muttered indignantly. Say less, did you forget my warnings? Fang Han severely scolded him coldly. Perhaps their mysterious new boss was suddenly knocking some sense into them. The Range Rover slowly navigated the massive Yunding Mountain Villa complex. Surrounded completely by pristine lakes and endless layers of green hills, the sweeping beauty was absolutely breathtaking. Inside a sprawling, magical city, where the massive concrete jungle suffocates people, this villa area felt like total heaven. Top-tier rich people truly know how to freaking enjoy themselves. Alvin, still clinging tightly to his heavy anger, muttered sourly. Cage, meanwhile, quietly assessed the gorgeous absolute paradise surrounding them. The setting sun beautifully painted the evening clouds with a rosy glow sparkling over the green hills. Just how massive is this villa area we have been driving forever without arriving? Alvin clicked his tongue in pure amazement. Trust me, you really want to see what happens as they finally reach Villa 1. Stick with me here. Yumo and the gorgeous maids waited. Even seasoned guys like Fang Han and Alvin, who had seen the world, were absolutely mind-blown when they saw this flawless uniform lineup of top-tier beauties dressed perfectly in maid outfits. Greetings, esteemed guests. I am Yumo, head housekeeper of Yunding Villa Number 1. Master Arthur hasn't returned yet. Please step inside the villa, have a cup of warm tea, and wait a moment, Yumo said politely. Understood, totally. Understood. An elite boss like Arthur is definitely super busy every single day managing an absolute mountain of affairs. He must be out tackling some massive top-secret project. Fang Han smiled confidently, filling in the blanks with his wild imagination. Yumo maintained her sweet smile, but internally she rolled her eyes massively. Busy my foot, still seeing so many stunning beauties? The angry tension in Alvin's stomach quickly faded away. He confidently entered the grand living room alongside Fang Han and Cage to wait. Why isn't he here yet? Alvin frowned deeply after finishing his tea. Looking at the extremely irritable Alvin, Fang Han shook his head. This famous star lawyer Alvin was genuinely brilliant at everything. Except he was too arrogant. I am leaving. Now watch closely, this is wild. Alvin forcefully slammed his teacup down, getting up to leave. Just as Fang Han prepared to loudly scold him, the massive roar of an epic supercar approached from afar. The master has finally returned, Yumo said, smiling warmly. Alvin, standing right there, could perfectly see that explosively gorgeous sports car parked outside. The legendary Koenigsegg. Instantly, his famously arrogant attitude was shattered in half. Though he proudly boasted about meeting countless big bosses and important VIPs, this was his very first time seeing someone who actually drove such a terrifying absolute emperor of sports cars. Fang Han and Cage instantly stood up, too amazed by the Koigseg. Boss Arthur truly has incredible aura. Fang Han just smiled bitterly. Sure, he was fairly wealthy, but nowhere near the crazy level of casually dropping 100 million on a luxury car. Otherwise, he wouldn't have just driven a basic Land Rover Range Rover here, master. The second Arthur confidently entered the room, Yumo and her entire group of beautiful maids lined up side by side, bowing incredibly deeply. Even though Alvin showed complete disdain outside toward this grand pageantry, he was secretly super envious. Looks like I am a bit late. Arthur smirked firmly, shaking hands with Fang Han. After Arthur relaxed, Fang Han and his two colleagues quickly took their seats. Cage carefully studied Arthur. Meanwhile, Alvin, holding a belly full of angry frustration, looked entirely away and stayed silent. Boss Arthur, since you acquired our firm, we were wondering if you have any direct demands for us, Fang Han asked cautiously. No specific demands, really. I just wanted to buy my own firm for sudden emergency needs. On normal days, simply help me handle the legal issues and contracts related to the massive assets under my name, and that is all, Arthur casually said. You and I are thinking the exact same thing, right? Sweating bullets. Fang Han realized Arthur spent a massive fortune on their elite firm just for emergency needs. The thought process of these insanely rich elites is truly completely beyond us. Then what exactly are our company's future plans and personnel changes? Fang Han finally voiced his hidden concern. After all, Jingking Law Firm was built up entirely single-handedly by him. If Arthur actually planned to aggressively seize all power, it would be an absolutely devastating blow to him. But if it was purely an investment acquisition, then everything was totally negotiable. It would just mean this percentage of sweet profits going straight into his pocket might be slightly less than before. I have zero opinions on any of those right now. Arthur casually spread his hands out. He seriously had zero time to play annoying palace intrigue and power struggles. Normal people rack their brains trying to make money and chase profits, but he literally only needed to endlessly spend money instead of wasting precious time on basic power struggles. Wouldn't it be way better to just go out and spend more cash? Understood. Fang Han felt a weight lift from his heart. Arthur's words stated his attitude perfectly, dispelling his worry. With those doubts cleared, the tense room noticeably softened and became incredibly relaxed. I am wondering what major companies under your name require contracts to be drafted and managed so we can interface properly, Fang Han asked eagerly. Internationally, there are two. One is the famous Lafitte wine estate and the other is Vacheron Constantin. Arthur thought for a moment. Domestically, there are quite a bit more. The property rights affairs of the massive Empire Financial Building and the complex tenant contracts for 10 whole buildings of school district housing in the university city need stabilizing. We also need you to draft the development and non-compete agreements for Ziguangge Restaurant. Hearing this insane list, Fang Han's heart trembled. From international to domestic, these seemingly totally unrelated top-tier industries were actually all sitting under one person's name. Even the insanely proud Alvin was completely shocked. Fang Han did not know whether to laugh or cry, internally screaming, "Big boss." If he had known Arthur earlier, he definitely could have struggled 20 years less. What do you and I learn? He instantly purged every negative thought from his mind. Trust me, you and I are watching a boss so terrifyingly powerful, just knowing him makes your whole career explode. Caring about petty power struggles absolutely foolish now. He just could not hide his wild excitement, a massive grin spreading wide across his face. Okay, enough chatting for now. Time for an epic dinner. Bring out the 9-5 state banquet standard. Yes, that means exactly 9 gourmet dishes and 5 incredible soups. That is literally the legendary dining standard used by ancient emperors themselves. Fang Han panicked. Was this insane villa actually hiding a whole team of master chefs? They all gasped internally. By the time dinner ended, Arthur completely won over both Fang Han and Cage with his words. Only Alvin sat there pouting. Scared by Fang Han, he stayed totally quiet. Arthur smiled. Why so silent, big guy? Are you unhappy with me? Boss Arthur is so charming and kind. Naturally, I would not dare feel any dissatisfaction. It is just that I only respect true nobility, not new money. No amount of wealth can ever make someone like me bow down. Alvin completely ignored Cage, aggressively pinching his leg, and just exploded with his hidden anger. Crazy! How dare you disrespect Boss Arthur? Did you forget my warnings? Fang Han panicked and jumped right up to furiously yell. He knew Boss Arthur was an absolute powerhouse they could never offend and desperately needed to befriend. Now Alvin was ruining everything. If he destroyed the law firm's bright future, the massive loss would be totally unforgivable. Right now, Fang Han was absolutely sweating with furious anxiety. Arthur just smiled. He knew some guys had that outdated noble mindset deeply stuck. It came from their history, totally unlike the belief that greatness is purely earned. Now pay attention, because here is exactly where things get wild. So how can I make you yield? Seeing the challenge, Alvin stood tall. True elites play by strict elite rules. Dare to face me? Fang Han nervously smiled and quickly apologized to Boss Arthur. Please forgive his absolute madness. Arthur waved it off. Honestly, I am super curious. Backing down means losing honor. Alvin sneered. Elite rules, now I am interested. Bring it on. Listen here, I have played high society sports since childhood. My absolute best skills are horse racing and golf. If you can actually match my skills and prove you have the pure class of a true noble, then I will happily bow down, Alvin challenged boldly. Arthur is incredibly young. Even with childhood training, he has way less practice time than you. You are being completely unfair, Fang Han yelled, though internally he breathed a huge sigh. If they just played simple sports, nobody would lose too much face today. Real talent shows instantly. I will not bully him. I will obviously go super easy on him, Alvin bragged loud. You and I both know Arthur is ready. He literally just unlocked ultimate sports mastery. What a flawless time to test it. Fang Han watched Arthur grin confidently. He was not mad or faking it. Could Boss Arthur actually be an absolute master at this? So young a business god and crazy talented too, is he actually a monster? Cage stared at Arthur with shining eyes, total admiration bursting in her racing heart. Seeing Arthur look so ridiculously calm, Alvin secretly felt totally insecure. But remembering his own epic skills, he smirked. Just wait until he loses horribly and learns his lesson. Arthur just smiled back. Honestly, this whole noble sports speech was pure ridiculous nonsense. He just hated losing and wanted to completely humiliate Arthur in his best subject to vent his burning, bitter anger. His two biggest flexes were sports and law. A law battle was useless, so sports it was. Arthur decided to completely crush him until he yielded. Arthur clapped and stood up. My backyard is literally a massive golf course. Let us go play. Trust me, you and I have never seen an absolute flex this wildly epic. Fang Han smiled bitterly. Standing next to this wealthy god, he, a proud elite, felt incredibly poor with every single breath he took. Let's dive in. Yumo leaned toward Arthur, looking super worried. Arthur grinned gently, tapping her nose, and whispered with a soft laugh. Just grab the whole cheer squad and hype me up from the sidelines. Watch me completely wreck this guy. Yumo blushed a bright red. Nodding fast, she quickly threw up a cute little fist to cheer him on. Meanwhile, the Magic City's summer wind was blowing super fiercely tonight. This totally put Alvin in a tight spot. In golf, crazy weather changes are always your absolute worst enemy. With such a massive gale blowing, how on earth can anyone play? Only the absolute top-tier legends ignore the wild weather, scoring impossible shots every time. Clearly, today's heavy winds just aren't meant for playing. Alvin nervously scratched his head. With wind like this, he feared he might actually miss everything. His original plan was to completely embarrass Arthur. He never wanted to dig his very own grave instead. Awesome weather and a super cool breeze. Perfect timing for golf. Arthur honestly found tonight's wild winds incredibly refreshing. Is he totally clueless or just acting dumb? Alvin practically rolled his eyes out of his head. Any beginner with just 2 days of practice wouldn't sound this stupid unless they were some absolute golf deity. But for a kid barely in his early 20s to reach a world-class level, that is just entirely impossible. He assumed this kid just wanted a zero-score tie to hide his lack of skills. Now pay attention, this is exactly where things get incredibly exciting for you and me. Since it is a casual match, let's skip the normal 18-hole tournament rules. Arthur smiled. I will make the rules. 10 swings, let's see who sinks more shots. Deal. If my total score is not at least double your final score, then I completely lose. That was totally supposed to be my line, Alvin raged silently. Since Arthur stole his speech, he just smirked. Keep talking big, just do not cry when you get humiliated later. Start your grand performance. Arthur chilled under the umbrella, simply waving his hands. Go ahead. Alvin nervously grabbed his club, desperately praying in his mind. Please God, just let me sink one single ball. Fixing his stance and taking a deep breath, Alvin violently swung his club. Whoosh! The ball tumbled wildly into the sky, barely traveling 10 meters before the heavy wind blew it completely off course. It finally dropped. It missed the distant target by who knows how many dozens of meters. A fluke. This was absolutely just a mistake, Alvin thought. His face burning completely red, he swung. Sadly, in this chaotic wind, the ball's path was garbage. 9 straight swings, 0 points scored. Alvin literally started screaming curses in his native language. Final shot. God help me. He kissed the ball, then swung with everything. Eyes slammed shut. It was just a totally blind panic strike. His confidence was already completely shattered. Peeking his eyes open, he suddenly noticed the faraway scoring maid excitedly raising her little flag into the air. Holy cow, it actually went in. Yes, thank heaven. Alvin nearly leaped up in pure ecstatic joy. To him, scoring even one single point in this storm was an absolute miracle. Smug Alvin strutted back, totally doubting his rival could score twice. Your turn. Arthur simply stood up. You and I both know epic payback is coming fast. The absolute second Arthur gripped the club, his entire body shifted into a flawless, focused state. Everything felt in tune with the universe. His graceful movements looked like a legendary immortal god stepping gracefully down into our mortal world. The cheer squad nearby was so completely hypnotized that they literally forgot to wave their signs. The golden sunset washed over Arthur's intensely confident, handsome face, leaving both Yumo and Cage utterly stunned and fully captivated by him. All flash, zero skill. Look how terribly crooked that swing was. Alvin scoffed. Wait. Oh my God, holy crap. What is happening? Alvin launched out of his seat. When Arthur's shot flew, the starting angle looked completely messed up. But insanely, the wild arc carved a massive curve straight through the air, actually weaponizing the fierce wind to snap back onto a flawless path. It landed perfectly dead center into that tiny hole hundreds of meters away. Is this pure magic? Alvin stared blankly as the faraway maid raised the success flag again. His head spun. Man, my blood pressure is definitely spiking right now. This is totally fake. I am hallucinating, or he just got extremely lucky and guessed the wind. Yes, absolutely, it was just pure dumb luck. There is no way he gets that lucky again. But before he could even finish the thought, Arthur smoothly smashed his second shot right away. Alvin was utterly paralyzed. Even world-class legends need at least 10 minutes to readjust between massive swings. Yet Arthur completely ignored resting, immediately firing off his very next attack. That is just pure arrogance, and cockiness always backfires. This shot is guaranteed to miss the hole. Definitely. He glared intensely at the flying ball, fiercely whispering prayers. There is no way it goes in, but sadly his prayers are useless here. The ball rockets up, fighting the heavy wind perfectly. Trust me, you really want to see the rest. Stick with me here. The ball landed, bouncing with absolutely flawless, calculated precision. Third bounce, bam, straight into the hole, an epic trick shot. The maid squad and Yumomo completely lost their minds, jumping and cheering. Master is just absolutely unbeatable and awesome. First time was luck. Second time, pure overwhelming skill and raw power. Honestly, it was way too cool. Even without knowing golf rules, anyone could tell this insane shot was completely overpowered. Gulp! Alvin instantly froze like a solid stone statue. Meanwhile, Fang Han just shook his head, breathing a massive sigh of relief. He never expected Boss Arthur to hide his skills so well, actually possessing a totally world-class level in golf. This epic move saved everyone's reputation while totally crushing Alvin's massive arrogance, truly taking out 2 birds with 1 brilliant stone. Plus, the guy looked incredibly handsome doing it. If I were a girl, I would totally fall for him too, Fang Han thought jokingly. Then Arthur swung his golf club casually, 0 setup. He dropped the ball and just smacked it like he was sweeping the floor. Seriously, just sweeping it away with absolute 0 effort. 9 swings, 9 flawless hole-in-ones, and the craziest part, every single shot went into the hole using a totally different trick. Now watch this closely. Alvin totally lost it, screaming that it was impossible, and Arthur must have a remote-controlled ball. It sounded super absurd, but the crazy truth unfolded right before his eyes. No matter how hard he denied it, this wild reality was undeniable. Watching a deeply panicked, jumping Alvin freak out in the distance, Arthur smiled calmly and shook his head. Flexing on him this hard felt slightly overboard. Better save the guy some pride since Arthur promised to actually go easy. Bam! He swung fiercely. Oops, he swung crooked and missed the ball completely. Talk about an embarrassing fail, haha. He casually tossed his expensive golf club back to the waiting maid. Walking back under this parasol, he patted a totally shocked Alvin on the shoulder. Alvin's eyes were bulging out. I guess I am still terrible at this. 10 swings, but only 9 went in. Cannot be helped. It is my very first time playing today. Alvin practically wanted to cry. You seriously call that last miss going easy? That was pure humiliation. Your fake acting is honestly just too terrible. 9 god-tier perfect shots and then you completely whiff the final swing on purpose. Seriously, who are you even trying to fool here? Staring into Arthur's sincere eyes, Alvin read the hidden message. That is right. I am totally fooling an idiot. Just then, the scoring maid jogged back from the distance, bringing all the golf balls. So I heard you loudly suspecting that I put sneaky remote controls inside my golf balls. Arthur casually tossed a ball right at Alvin. Why not crack it open and look, boss? Arthur, I was seriously just making a silly joke. Please do not take it personally. Alvin had completely, totally submitted. You and I both know the truth here. The moment that ball hit his hand, Alvin's experience instantly told him the weight was totally normal. Convinced now? Arthur asked with a knowing smirk. Convinced, I am completely convinced. In his entire 30 years of life, Alvin had never seen a prodigy like Boss Arthur. His face burning with pure shame, Alvin frantically apologized. How about we compete in horse racing next? My backyard actually has a huge track, Arthur teased playfully. No way, Boss Arthur. Please stop humiliating me. Alvin, no, I was totally wrong. From now on, you have my utmost absolute respect. Moving forward, I will absolutely obey every single word you say and use all my strength to handle your business and relationships perfectly. Alvin frantically admitted his mistake. One golf game was totally enough to leave his proud face completely swollen for a while. If he got brutally crushed again, he would probably have to find a crack in the ground and crawl right out of Yunding Mountain Villa. Haha, Fang Han, Cage, Yu Momo, and the whole crew completely burst out laughing at Alvin's super flustered state. Arthur just nodded calmly. Alvin was incredibly proud. But by completely conquering that pride, Arthur successfully earned his purest, most absolute respect in return. I never expected Boss Arthur to have such insane athletic skills. It seriously makes a person adore you completely. Cage stared deeply at Arthur, her bright eyes gleaming with a strange, mysterious splendor. Exactly. Now, if I told you this was my first time playing, would anyone believe me? Boss, Arthur, did we not just agree to stop humiliating me? Alvin sighed, totally caught between laughing and crying. Honestly, with your insane skill level, you could easily compete for the ultimate world golf champion title. How could this possibly be your first time? Arthur playfully rolled his eyes. In this world, absolutely nobody believes you when you tell the simple truth. I genuinely was playing golf for the very first time. All right, after a little more light-hearted joking, Arthur finally sent Fang Han and the group home. After tonight's epic meeting, he had totally secured their complete loyalty. They would definitely work for him wholeheartedly in the bright future. Subduing these powerful top-tier social elites felt incredibly fulfilling. Standing right there on the grand attic balcony, he quietly watched their sleek Land Rover Range Rover slowly drive out of the beautiful villa area. What do you and I make of this? Holding his glass, a deeply satisfied smile appeared on Arthur's face. I honestly never expected your golf skills to be this amazing. No wonder you win so easily every single time we play together on the green. Yumo sneaked up right behind him out of nowhere. She wrapped her arms tightly around him, beaming with pure, absolute affection. Arthur playfully pinched Yumo's smiling cheeks. When a girl handles a ride like this, she is just as fast as any guy. Tonight I will show you what effortless really means. He smirked, strolling straight toward the massive open-air rooftop pool. Stick with me here. Imagine spending $3 on soda just to instantly score an $80 million Lamborghini as a reward. Or grabbing simple grilled street noodles and boom 1 billion in pure cash drops directly right into your personal bank account. Even buying a basic milk tea instantly hands you the keys to the massive $30 billion Empire commercial building. All this crazy luck happened because a failed blind date unlocked the epic spend money to get rich revenge system. Right after sending off Fang Han and the entire crew, Yumo suddenly walked up from behind, wrapping her arms around him with bright, affectionate eyes. I never guessed your golf skills were this amazing. No wonder you win so effortlessly whenever we play. Arthur just laughed and playfully pinched Yumo's glowing face. When a girl handles a ride like this, she is just as fast as any guy. Tonight, I will show you what effortless really feels like. Arthur simply smiled, walking toward the rooftop open-air pool. The next morning, he washed up feeling completely refreshed. Even though Yumo had matured and packed far more energy than normal people, next to Arthur, who possessed elite martial arts skills and peak sports mastery, she was still way too fragile. Their intense late-night workout left her totally drained, sleeping soundly until now without waking. Now pay attention to what happens next. Arthur checked his phone. Boss Arthur, it is Fang Han. We already sorted out that massive school district housing situation for you. Give me a ring when you see this. Wow, that was incredibly fast. It looked like the guy stayed up completely overnight just to pull strings for him. Having such a reliable and clever guy handle all his massive asset legalities definitely gave him some serious peace of mind. Arthur quickly dialed Fang Han's direct number. Hello, Boss Arthur. The line rang exactly once before he eagerly picked up. Clearly, Fang Han had been anxiously waiting for Arthur's call. Arthur nodded, feeling totally satisfied. So how are those rental apartment matters looking? We contacted Yijia Agency. They already sent over their absolute top-tier saleswoman Fang Shijin to work with me. The agency provides the paperwork, but we already reviewed and perfectly modified those lease contracts overnight. These are absolutely the most flawless contracts. Fang Han sounded incredibly confident about drafting up these final documents. I will send over Fang Shijin's number right now. Just tell her to bring all clients directly to your Linjiang community gate to wait. Sounds perfect. Arthur felt totally relieved having Fang Han handle things. Hanging up, he immediately called this supposedly elite gold medal agent, Fang Shijin. Hello, Boss Arthur. Clearly, Fang Han had already fully briefed Fang Shijin on Arthur's profile. Catching his incoming call, she instantly and super respectfully called him boss. Yeah, I am renting out those apartments today. Just tell your tenants to wait for me right at the Linjiang community gate. Boss Arthur, please forgive my directness. I have several eager clients ready, and the demand for school district housing is absolutely massive right now. Exactly how many apartments do you have? I know exactly what you are thinking, Fang Shijin asked cautiously. Bring everyone, Arthur casually replied. Boss, Arthur, are you being serious? Right now I have at least a dozen different clients practically begging for prime school district housing. Should I really bring them all on the other end of the line? Fang Shijin was just completely speechless. When her manager first assigned this job, she knew this boss Arthur was super wealthy, but she never imagined he actually owned over a dozen premium school district apartments in the Linjiang area. This was the legendary Linjiang community. Just slightly east sat the famously massive Magic City University hub. Right to the west sat the elite cluster of Magic City's top public schools and insanely rich private academies. Prices here were totally hyped up to $350,000 per square meter, assuming an average size 10 of these Riverview School District apartments. Rounding it up, that equals $300 million. Gulp. This is a massive whale client. I absolutely must secure him. Fang Shijin practically screamed internally. Wait, only a dozen? Surprisingly, Arthur actually said that out loud, making Fang Shijin nearly drop her phone in pure shock. Sir, what exactly do you mean? Does this crazy billionaire actually own way more than 10 properties? Fine, whatever. I never planned to rent them all out today anyway. That is where we leave it. Just bring them to the gate, Arthur said casually. Stick with me here. You and I are checking out his 10 Linjiang district buildings. Each one has 7 massive entryways. Every entryway packs 18 floors holding 2 spacious apartments per level. Do the math. That is over 2,000 units, totally ignoring the giant penthouses topping every single building. Those 10 coveted school district buildings, their total value easily skyrockets into the tens of billions for 2,000 apartments. Renting all of them out sounds completely impossible. Arthur just shook his head and laughed. But honestly, it was only a matter of time. Every single year, fresh university students flood the city needing new apartments. Even Magic City elites and middle-class families scramble to rent places right here in the Linjiang area just for those top middle schools. Once August or September rolls around for the new school season, every single one of these apartments will be completely booked up. Checking the calendar, the crazy season was almost here. He turned and glanced at the deeply sleeping Yumo. He felt pretty guilty for totally exhausting her. Waking her up felt wrong, so he figured he would just have to handle things himself today. Arthur hummed a cheerful little tune. Since he was heading into a massive crowd, he decided it was definitely best to drive something super low-key. After searching his massive collection, he finally selected a relatively cheap ride from the sprawling garage. A $30 million Ferrari LaFerrari. Yeah, totally modest enough. He nodded and zoomed right off. That gorgeous Ferrari LaFerrari blasted out of the Yunding Mountain Villa area like a flashing red lightning bolt. The villa was super close to the Lingjiang area. He arrived quickly, but Agent Fang Xijin had actually gotten there even earlier. Now here is where it gets fun. Watch the anxious school housing tenants react. Wow, a Ferrari. Among those waiting tenants, some folks clearly knew their luxury rides very well. As Arthur's sleek Ferrari LaFerrari pulled up, the crowd practically lost their minds. "That is a Ferrari LaFerrari, an absolute top-tier luxury masterpiece," they shouted. "That thing sells for 20 or 30 million, so jealous." Every single pedestrian passing by threw deeply envious glares at the stunning car parked near the front gate. Stepping outside, Arthur felt completely helpless under the intense, fiery stares of the massive crowd. "He just wanted peace, Mr. Arthur," someone suddenly called out. Fang Xijin rushed over, bowing respectfully. Arthur raised an eyebrow, looking pretty surprised at the huge, buzzing crowd standing right behind the agent. At least 20 people. "Didn't you claim just a dozen? So many showed up. Is this way too much?" That was Fang Xijin's nervous first internal thought. "Do not worry, Mr. Arthur. Several families just brought their kids along to pick their perfect home. Honestly, we only have 13 rental requests." A tiny hint of disappointment hit Arthur, but he just casually waved his hand to proceed. "All right, let us begin. Mr. Arthur, do you have enough properties?" Fang Xijin leaned forward, whispering nervously. Arthur just laughed. He honestly could not be bothered explaining, choosing to look directly at the eager renters. "Give me all the details. Many of them are renting for their middle school kids. Most want a 3 or 6 year lease." Fang Xijin's professional skills were definitely top-notch in this business. There are also wealthy out-of-towners and local elites wanting a solid 4-year rental agreement right here for their daughters starting at the university. "Watch this special pair with me." Before Fang Xijin could even finish speaking, a smug young man with a sharp nose and flashy gold-rimmed glasses started strutting right toward them. His face practically screamed the arrogant confidence of a spoiled rich kid. He glared straight at Arthur. "You are the homeowner we need today." "What is your deal?" Arthur sized up this flashy kid, decked out completely in designer gear, obviously coming from serious family money. "Our precious Lulo is attending Magic City Jiat University. I demand you sell this house to me. The price tag is completely open for debate. I know you might have cash, but I am paying extra. I can even toss in a supercar way better than your pathetic ride." The golden-rimmed glasses guy announced with absolutely supreme, arrogant confidence. Arthur sneered, absolutely baffled. Trading a basic sports car for my real estate, the spoiled rich kid was instantly left completely at a loss. "No matter how incredibly pricey your school district house is, 20 million is more than enough, right?" "I will trade a 40 million car. That is double." Arthur laughed. "Whoever told you I own just one?" Arthur threw a freezing side glance at the arrogant kid, turning away and leaving him standing there totally paralyzed. Peng Fu was completely and utterly dumbfounded. His background was solid. He had been desperately chasing the beautiful class goddess since middle school. Now that his goddess Dao Luo finally graduated, he planned to buy her an entire school district house just to prove his wealth and sincerity. However, school district housing right beside the huge university city was an unbelievably rare resource. Trust me, you and I know he failed. Properties vanished instantly. Buying was literally impossible. Renting was the only way. Stick with me here. He decided to just buy the entire house today, paying top dollar up front. "Do you really think anyone standing here today actually lacks the cash for a home?" Arthur smiled, glancing at the specific group of nervous tenants that Fang Xijin brought. Besides Peng Fu, every single renter here was female. We are talking young housewives and cheerful college girls. "Exactly. You are acting completely shameless, young man. I actually thought you were a gentleman." Several very wealthy women voiced their absolute frustration right then. Good school district properties are incredibly rare. If they could buy them, they would never just rent. Getting completely mocked, that wealthy heir Peng Fu lost his pride and instantly started yelling in pure anger. "Now watch this closely. I offer 10 times the premium for one house. Are you selling or not? 10 times? Is this crazy kid serious? What a total joke." Several wealthy college girls present just stared at him coldly. Being campus idols themselves, they completely understood Dao Lua right now. She felt absolutely nothing but massive pride and deep contempt in her beating heart. She only loved the massive thrill of a wealthy heir tossing heavy gold her way, basically serving her like a loyal puppy without any real romantic feelings. "Do you really think I lack money?" Arthur simply shrugged. 10 times means nothing. "Offer 1,000 times the price, but if my mood is bad, absolutely no deal for you." Pingfo just laughed out loud at his bold claim. "You and I both know that is wild. 1,000 times. Do you seriously think you are the richest man in Huxia rejecting billions? When you brag, at least keep it realistic." "Exactly. Putting on such a huge, dramatic act just makes you look completely ridiculous. Do you really think you are the only owner in the Linjiang area? If you refuse, plenty of other people will gladly take my cash." Dilua boldly stepped forward, then sneering and joining the attack. Arthur just shot her one glance, instantly making her heart tremble violently under his gaze. His dark eyes were sharp, domineering, and terrifying. But seriously, no matter how rich Arthur gets, he is just some guy with houses. Pung Fu is a verified heir holding tens of billions in massive family assets right now. I still absolutely need to keep him on my hook. I clearly know who is more valuable here. "Oh, is that so? Trust me, my final words stand right here today."